because I can hop off of this live real quick.
I know that's right.
Oh, Alex says he kept getting held back. Mm. Okay, Alex, I think you probably a teenager or even younger.
Yeah.
That's I suspect.
I'm
I
suspecting.
suspect. You know what would they say? I was born during the day, but just not yesterday.
Right.
But nevertheless,
How do they know you have cancer? Did you expose that? And kids would not, I don't really see kids teasing you about your cancer.
exactly, exactly, Alex. Why do you say WTF? Did I touch on a nerve? Did I touch a nerve, sweetie? No comment. He said he kept getting held back. Okay. Anyway, enough. Recess is over now, so let's get to the task at hand. So, despite all the other shenanigans going on in the black tea sector, we're going to do something different today.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I just wanted to touch bases again on the Nolan Wells case because this is very, very, very important. I mean, it's not the first and it won't be the last. Exactly, Cherie. Born at night, not last night. On God. On
Hello, it's T.
God. What's up? It's T. How you doing? But yeah, there's a few updates. As you already know, I don't trust Mississippi as far as I can throw them. So with that said, I don't have a whole lot of nice things to say about the powers that be that run that state. Um, going all the way back to the shit to the civil rights movement at least. Okay, white people, I don't care. Black people, I don't give a fuck. Okay, you know what? That bought you a ticket to Tata Land. How about that?
Tata
Okay.
Land. You
Yeah,
didn't
you going bye bye now. Yeah, you just stepped on the line that you shouldn't even cross. So with that said, have a wonderful afternoon and catch up on your studies, sweetheart. Yeah. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Too late. Too bad, so sad. Anywho, um, there is a funeral planned for Monday. I'm
Monday.
I'm not sure if they're going to televise it. I would think that they probably will, at least a portion of it,
They should.
because this is a huge, huge case.
Yeah.
And it's not the first case and it's definitely not the last one because there's a whole lot in between.
Right.
But based on the environment that we live in this country, it doesn't surprise me that we're here in this situation because the powers that be have given people carte blanche to believe that they're entitled to behave a certain kind of way, and that ain't the case. That is not the case. Yes, I did hear about Daniel.
Did you send me that?
I think I did. I
Yeah.
think I did. I may have. I've sent out so much stuff. I
Yeah.
can't keep
I
up
think
with
you
it.
sent me that.
Yeah. So, but before I go on with Nolan, I want to wish my son Barry Jr. a happy 45th birthday. In the
Oh,
event that you up in them bushes, Mama loves you. I am so proud of you. This young man has been the apple of my eye since the day I spit him out.
oh,
So
precious.
Yeah, so today is his birthday, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I hope you and your wife get out of the house and have a good time. Do whatever you got to do, but have yourself a good time and then celebrate your birthday. Okay? So, and mama will call you later.
Oh,
In the meantime,
happy birthday.
yes, I got some business to tend to. Barry Jr. But yeah, there will be a funeral on Monday. So, the mom actually wants it to be considered more of a party.
Okay.
And I would
Like a
hope that
whole
people would refrain from making their silly comments about that. See, I'm seeing a lot of that online lately.
Oh,
People are, especially with her. Um, she's a
right.
beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman.
She
She's
is
half
very
Filipino,
well
half
spoken.
black.
Yeah.
Yep.
She
Half
just lost her
Filipino, half
son.
black, and gorgeous. Doesn't need a drop of makeup. And there's some people out there that's hating on her.
What they're saying.
Just, excuse me, just stupid stuff. Just
Mm,
stupid stuff, commenting on like if she smiles or laughs. They want to critique every little move she makes, and accusing this couple that is going through the worst possible situation in their lives, accusing them of using this to get a bag. And that is the exactly red glove militant. People can be cruel. Now maybe they have that mindset. But I'm sorry. That's the cruelest thing you could accuse somebody of. I mean, they ain't even had a funeral yet, and they're already dragging this woman, and I think it's repulsive. It's
it is.
repulsive, and unfortunately,
She
I
done
hate to
lost her
say that
son.
she lost her son. But here's the thing, and I hate to say this, sisters. Yes, this is for you that are talking shit about this woman. Her being half Filipino and half black has nothing to do with their situation, number one. Number two, before she made it known that she was half and half, everybody just wanted to label her as Asian. Oh, she's an Asian. Oh, she's a Filipina. Okay? If she was, so what? But she ain't. She stands on her blackness probably more so than you do. I'll say it again. This woman was born and raised in well, not born and raised, but
Right.
been in Mississippi most of her life. And
Wow.
she is a sister through and through.
Exactly.
Okay? And see, I get real irritated with people that want to label somebody based on their ethnicity
I know.
without giving them a chance to even shine as a human.
Exactly. And what does her nationality have to do
Not
with
a dadgum thing. But
mm,
see, unfortunately, some of these sisters, and I'm not saying all, but I'm saying the ones that are dragging her unnecessarily, don't hate. Don't
yeah, that's
hate.
what they're
You
doing.
too could be beautiful. If you take the hate out of your heart, take that robe off and that bonnet off, and go do something with yourself instead of being concerned about that woman is doing with herself and her husband.
Oh, worried about the wrong stuff.
Worried about the wrong stuff. This ain't the time to be playing them kind of games. This
No,
is
she is.
not the time. See, I don't
That's
have a
right,
tolerance
Cherie.
for it. I don't have a tolerance for it. Half of them probably look like mud ducks.
Right.
Don't hate on that woman. She just
Decrepit.
lost her child, her 18-year-old baby.
Lost her baby.
Damn
She
it.
is so focused on grieving and
Exactly.
going through something terrible, and you guys are tearing her down.
Yeah.
It's not a
And
good
this
look.
woman is one half of a two-person union, which is what most of us want in life. And if you hating on her because she got a man and you don't, then you really need help.
They do be hating on you because you got yourself a man.
Exactly.
What's with that?
I don't know. But if you pay more attention to your own situation, maybe you can have one too, instead of being concerned about what other women have and have not. As a sister, as a fellow sister, you should be praying for her and her husband, not knocking her. Hey, happy life. How you doing? So yeah, with all that said, I just had to get that out of the way because that burns me up. That really does. It burns me up because I went through the same bullshit. Oh, she's white. First of all, you don't know me.
They were jealous of you.
All you see is a skin tone. You don't know what's inside because you don't want to meet what's inside.
They're jealous of your beauty. It's so obvious.
They crazy. Happy life. She's not on mute.
I
I
was a
hear
moment
her.
ago. Hello, Happy Life.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hello, RGM. Hello, Cherie.
Yes.
Hello, Miss Phillips.
Welcome all the what is it? The Fanadoos. Welcome Fanadoos. Welcome Fanadoos. That's right. Welcome Fanadoos. Welcome to the kinfolk party. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out. But um the parents and Jackson County, uh what's the name of it? Jackson County District Attorney's Office had a meeting today, and then they held a press conference, and some of you may have already seen that press conference. But they did announce that once this investigation is done, then the case is going to be turned over to a grand jury by the DA. And that's what I want to see. I'm hoping that these people that are running things, so to speak, over there in Mississippi, those YT elites that don't want people of color to have a leg up for anything. I hope you don't think that your money is going to save this situation, because even if they avoid prison, first of all, let it play out and find out what happened. Now, making the moves that were made doesn't help your cause. It makes it look worse. And I think if they hadn't operated the way they did when this first popped off, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But since
Right.
we are having this conversation, I suggest you elites take several seats. Because if it's found out that one, if not all three of those young men did something bad to that brother, and they don't go to prison, oh, I don't want to be you when Judgment Day comes.
Right.
I don't want to be you when Judgment
Accountability.
Day comes. See, unfortunately, time has allowed people like that to get away with all kinds of shit. And they think that they doing something, but you got to go, you got to leave this earth one day.
Yeah, you
And you
do.
got something greater to answer to.
So when
So
you
you
think you've gotten away with
That's
it,
right. Man, you don't know what the future has in store for you. You don't know what the future has in store for you. Let's not even, never mind hell, heaven or hell. Just the way you exit might be the worst experience ever. Everybody don't go out peaceful.
no, they don't.
And that would be an awful, awful thing,
Hmm.
to live your final minutes, hours, days in agony.
And
You know what
pain.
I'm saying? Thank you, Lisa Bruno, for the $5 super chat. Oh, she says, my two favorite ladies. Thank you, my love. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Lisa.
Oh, make me want to cry.
She's
Oh,
sweet. She's a sweetheart. I love
yeah.
her.
So Let me see. I got my little notes here because you know I'm geriatric, so you just bear
I
with me.
I had a moment yesterday.
Girl, la la la. Okay, that's my king pain lately. The girl, la 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 la. I miss him. I haven't talked to King Payne since he's been on his break, getting his studio set up and all the
Yeah,
Lithuanian network is getting set up, and I
it
love it.
is. It sounds. He's got a whole sound system going.
Yes, yes, I'm so very happy for him. So
Yeah.
let me see what is next on the agenda here. Uh oh, in this press conference today, might I add that these three uh, YT boys were not mentioned not one time. I just thought that was ironic.
Wow, that is interesting. They
Not
wasn't
one
even mentioned.
time.
That
Yeah, not
is.
even mentioned. It's funny because, according to, I don't know if it's a code, some kind of law, I don't know. Don't get me to lying. But in the state of Mississippi, I think they have like 72 hours before they have to come out with some kind of oh God, what do they call it? I wrote it down. Man, when they come out and address the public, they've got like 72 hours after someone's passing to do a victim statement. So, they haven't done anything like that yet.
Wow.
And here we are, it's Wednesday. It's been what, 10 days, 10, 11 days, something like that. And usually it's 72 hours from the time someone passes and nothing has been done. But the DA's office did cop to that and said, my bad, I
Oh,
apologize. So they're opening up the lines of communication because this family, not only are they grieving, they can't even get any information from the DA's office on where they are in the investigation. No contact, no hello, how you doing? We're just checking on you. None of that. No, kiss my ass, nothing.
well,
This
that makes it seem like it's going to be something nefarious going on.
exactly. I mean, if you don't want to be looked upon as foul, then don't do foul things. And this is foul. You know, you don't just you don't ignore anybody like that in
No,
this
and it's
time.
oops. It's not a oopsie daisy.
Exactly,
No,
exactly. And it doesn't, I mean, you don't have to sit on the phone with them for hours at a time. Just call and check on them and
right.
let them know where,
We're still investigating.
we're
We're
working
still.
on it. Yep, yep. But nope, the couple has had to reach out to them just to get any information. And that's the sad part. Let's see, Michelle said, Joy Reid talked about and showed faces of young people who died by alleged drownings while with friends or lynchings in 2026 that were case closed and or mishandled with corruption. Absolutely. And with that, I'm going to use that as a segue
Mhm.
because I was watching Lemon Live today. I like Don Lemon. I've been watching Don Lemon since he was with CNN.
Yes.
Him and Chris Cuomo were such a good duo.
Yeah,
So, I really got hooked on him, on the two of them.
I
But
did too.
when they both left CNN, it left a void. So I don't
It did.
really kick it with CNN
I
no
don't
more.
watch it as much anymore either.
Yeah, yeah. So what I want to do, because I did happen to, when I watched his show, he played a video of this young man. I believe his name is Ian. I don't have his last name. It's written on another piece of paper. I
My
think it's
other
Ian.
notes.
Yeah, I think his name is Ian Shepherd. He's a content creator too. He's on Instagram,
Okay.
and I found his video on Instagram. However, I'm not able to play anything on Instagram through StreamYard for some reason. So that's my next hurdle. In
Oh
the
wow.
meantime, yeah, in the meantime, I'm gonna have to pull up Don Lemon's video and just go
Okay.
to that segment. So if you give me just a moment,
All righty.
I'm gonna pull this up. Hold on just a second.
Yes, hit the like, hit the like.
Yes, people, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Like a sister, please. Like a sister, please. And I'm going to also turn down the music. As y'all know, I don't like all that noise going on, when I'm trying to show something. So I'm turning that down. So here we go. Yeah, this is a very interesting video, and I'm just going to play this one content creator's little segment that he had on Instagram. So please bear with if some of his video bleeds over into that. Okay, here we go.
It is directly linked to what you do, and this is someone. His name is Ian Lightfoot. He is
Ian
a social
Lightfoot.
media person, and this is what he has said about Black people being killed. Again, we don't know if Nolan Wells is being killed. We don't know if it's an accident or accidental, but what we do know is that there is mistrust and concern about how investigations of Black people's deaths are being treated.
As they should be looked at sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Can't help but look at it like that because it's so blatant. Very blatant. So here we go. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this video before I click on it again. Were you guys able to hear the audio? I want to make sure you guys can hear it because I sure was struggle streaming a minute ago. I'll turn this up some more just to make sure y'all can hear. Ooh, that was bad. I need me some new headphones. Okay, good. Here we go.
Rolling.
You're about to see this boy's face and hear his name a lot the next couple days, and then unfortunately the majority of white people talking about it will forget all about it as they ride off into the sunset chasing the next headline, because at the end of the day they're allowed to put their phone down and stop thinking about it. Black people are not afforded that luxury. So before that happens, I would like to remind you that this is not an isolated incident. Nolan Xavier Wells died mysteriously on Horn Island this weekend while going out with his white friend group. It was reported that there was an argument, and now every boy that was present is saying they don't know what happened. Nolan is described as a special soul, always willing to cheer and uplift others. Cohen Wiley was shot by police just 3 weeks ago, 1 year old, because they thought his guardian stole diapers. Just 2 months ago, Juliana Nizita, 16 years old, was found hanging on a church's property after being missing for 10 days. Police.
Do you guys catch the gist of this video? Do y'all catch the gist of this video? Did y'all see that baby? That baby was unalived. And I remember seeing the video about this. This baby was unalived after the mother was pretty much chased out of the store, suspected of stealing diapers for this baby. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. Maybe you didn't catch it all. I'm going to back it up some more. Here we go.
One. So people, I mean, their interest is peaked here. And, I just, as I said, I feel sad that we have to do this. I feel sad there's so much questioning about how a young man died. Now, there's also something that I want you to listen to, okay? And it is directly linked to what you do. And this is someone, his name is Ian Lightfoot. He is a social media person. And this is what he has said about Black people being killed. Again, we don't know if Nolan Wells is being killed. We don't know if it's an accident or accidental. But what we do know is that there is mistrust and concern about how investigations of Black people's deaths are being treated. Rolling.
You're about to see this boy's face and hear his name a lot the next couple days, and then unfortunately the majority of white people talking about it will forget all about it as they ride off into the sunset chasing the next headline, because at the end of the day they're allowed to put their phone down and stop thinking about it. Black people are not afforded that luxury. So before that happens, I would like to remind you that this is not an isolated incident. Nolan Xavier Wells died mysteriously on Horn Island this weekend while going out with his white friend group. It was reported that there was an argument, and now every boy that was present is saying they don't know what happened. Nolan is described as a special soul, always willing to cheer and uplift others. Cohen Wiley was shot by...
Look at this baby. Cohen Wiley. Do you see how old this baby is?
He is such a baby.
This baby was unalived.
Did he just say he was shot?
Absolutely.
It says
That's
it right up there.
I had to rewind it so you guys could hear because
Yeah,
he talks very
because he
fast.
went into another.
Yes, this moves very fast.
How did that
This
happen?
baby was unalived in the car with his mom because I don't know if it was Walmart or Walgreens. It was one of them stores. Excuse me, suspected the mother of stealing diapers. Chasing her out of the house, out of the store. She jumps in her car. She holds her baby up to show that, wait a minute, I have a baby in the car. They opened fire.
Killed her and the baby?
They didn't kill her, but they killed the baby.
An unarmed woman.
And Kevin French, she did not hold that baby up as a shield. She held the baby up to show that there was a baby in the car. You guys are overreacting.
Wow. They shot the baby.
Hey, Lady T.
Hi, Lady T.
How you doing, sugar?
What's up, girl?
I'm going to put this link in the chat just in case you want to come up. Hold on.
Auntie Mickey's going to put the link in the chat just in case you want to come up.
Okay, what did I just do?
Wow, that is so sad, Auntie
Isn't
Mickey.
that crazy? Isn't that ridiculous?
Yes, it's just so disturbing.
Okay, I'm going to have to do it when I'm done playing this because for some reason it's not letting me. So let me continue with this video. Y'all pay close attention. This boy talks very fast like somebody else I know. I got to take my Lipitor before Lady T come up here so I don't go into a heart attack. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just teasing you, sweetheart. Hold on.
Horrible. Horrible.
16.
Horrible. They need to be charged with unaliving a child.
This young lady was found hanging in a church. This young lady here was found.
Some weird stuff going on.
Yes. Let me back it up just a tad and let's listen to it again because, like I said, he speaks very fast.
Yeah, he does. Yes.
16,
Let me get some water.
16 years old. 16 years old on the church property. And they didn't even want to do an investigation. Let's proceed.
Oh my God, a whole baby.
Don't that sound familiar? They love using that word that starts with an S and ends with "ide." Whenever there's somebody hanging from a tree or anything else, they want to rule it automatically that they self-deleted themselves.
Right.
And it's played out. It's completely played out. 16 years old. Let's go.
That's a shame. And then you want to do an investigation. How you not?
I did a live on that one.
Oh, you did?
Yep, I did a live on Trey Reed. Yep.
That was his name.
On the property of Delta, was it Delta State University? Yeah. He was a student. And they found him on the school property hanging from a tree. And
Oh.
hold on, Lady T said Yet people on this app and adjacent to this sector saying black people always think they the only victims. SMH. We never stopped being it. Thank you. These topics make my blood hot.
They do.
Exactly.
Mine too.
Especially when they're met with opposition. Especially when it's met with opposition. We ain't making this shit up, y'all.
Right.
Ain't nobody went and sat down at a desk and wrote up a script or a screenplay. This shit is real life.
Real deal.
Let's continue.
Crazy.
He was beat up by the police. I'm not sure if they said he sued or what, but yeah, he got unalived by the popo after he
Oh,
pretty much
Mella.
told on him. Let me back it up just a tad bit. God, this guy
Exactly,
talks
Trippy.
fast. He
When I drop
talks so fast.
my little one off, I say a little prayer too, let her have a good day and
Yep.
all this good stuff and protect her and keep her covered because she's out of your sight. They're out of your sight.
Absolutely. And you can't always be for them every doggone moment of the
Right.
day, you know. And that's when it seems like shit happens.
Hmm.
Okay.
When they're away from you.
Yeah.
Do you see the link, Lady T? It's up there. When it's still the link that you dropped it for me, it's still in there. Whoa. What are you eating? Okay.
Ain't that some shit? 9 shots. He said, "Oh, he was acting weird and high on shrooms. So, it was self-defense." That's some bullshit. That's always the go-to. Lady T, let me hold on just a second. Let me put this back up there for you. Okay, I just put it back in the chat. Oh, okay. That's it. Lady T, I put the link in the chat, sweetheart. Do you see it? Lady, if you see the link in the chat, just click on the link. Oh, you might have been in the other one. Yeah, on the mobile side. My bad. I forgot all about that in StreamYard. You're muted, Lady Letitia.
I'm sorry.
It's
Lady
okay.
T, you just click on the link and you should be able to come right up. It
Okay,
doesn't
yeah, she had
matter
to.
that you're in mine or hers. It doesn't matter.
No, she was in the. You know how they have the mobile and then the
Right.
come to the light.
Yes.
That one,
She
I
still
think
should
she
be
might
able
have
to see
been.
your post.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
she should.
sometimes they can't. So I don't know. I don't get me to lying shit.
I see what you're saying. Like sometimes they're in the mobile and they can't see the your
Yeah.
post. Yeah. But you're the host. Oh, she did have to come over there.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Something new we learned.
I'm gonna do it again.
Drop it.
I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Here we go. I'm gonna copy it again and put it in the chat again.
We've got another
Oh,
something.
there she go. I see. I see her. Hey, beautiful.
Hey, hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
Hey,
I'm
gorgeous.
good. Wait, I hold on. Where's my Lipitor at?
Y'all so cute. I was getting my life together and and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that, because you're dual streaming, I had to be in Auntie Mickey's chat, which you're not fluffy, by the way. Oh man, how embarrassing.
Oh
Yeah.
no, don't be, cause man, you want to see some geriatric shit? Just watch me struggle with this struggle streaming, and that's funny. That
Yeah,
is
so
funny.
this is just such a hard topic just overall. And I tried this in other places and it never really ends well because I guess mindsets are a little different. But I know that you guys, you know, are
Oh
like
yeah,
minded like me. So I feel like it won't have the same outcome.
yep,
I know
yep.
you guys know the shade.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I
Sure
know
do.
exactly what you're talking about. But isn't this? I mean, it's tiresome.
It
It's
is.
just tiresome. It's like we have to readdress this shit every other freaking day for it just seems, and then we've got people that say, oh, you're taking it too seriously, and oh, you're just, you're reading the room wrong. No, bitch, I'm not reading the damn thing wrong. You guys are unaliving black people conveniently,
And continuously. That's the word.
continuously and
And making excuses
conveniently,
for the
and you think you
behavior.
getting away with some shit, but oh baby, listen, you gonna have to stand before the throne one day.
Yeah. And I don't know anything about you and stuff like that, as far as kids and stuff like that. But, I'm a boy mom and I have two
Mm-hmm.
boys, and that's always been a huge, huge, huge fear of mine. And
Yep.
early on, ever since they were small, I
Yep.
always taught them two things when it comes to the police, because considering, you know,
Yep.
well, I want to speak on other people, but people in my family, that's in my immediate, they've had their, time of incarceration. Then my
Hmm.
kids have seen me, then their father have gone. So it was very important to me for my children to never be statistics.
Absolutely.
um, they're already brown, they're
Hmm.
already male, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want
Absolutely.
them to be that. So when it came to law enforcement, even though I have a record and things like that, I've always told them it's two things. Oh, if you don't remember anything else your mother tells you, when it comes to the police, never fear them and never react. Fact, you know what I'm saying? Overreact.
Exactly.
Meaning, as far as reflex and things like that. Because
Yep.
if you're naturally afraid of something, then your reflexes are going to kick in. I would
Exactly.
practice with them in the car, what to
Hmm.
do. When you have them in the driver's seat, you get pulled over. Do not take your hands off the steering wheel. Make
Hmm.
eye contact. Be respectful. Like all those kind of things, because they don't need any excuse. You
No.
know what I'm saying? At all. And my boys don't have records. They never been in trouble, all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
it was a just a quick backstory. It was a place, let me see, what was this, two residences ago? I was living somewhere, and it was, predominantly white and things like that. And so one night my son, they had this park by where we lived. And so when you turn, it was like at the end of our entrance, but
Hmm.
when you turn to go into the park, it's trees on both sides. When it's nighttime, it's pitch black.
Mm.
Well, he for whatever reason had just got done playing basketball, whatever it was, with his friend who's really really dark skinned, and my son is high yellow.
Uh-huh.
So I guess they were walking, and his friend was behind him. Well, he told me that some guy, like at the entrance, he had the car to where instead of like you were turning in, it was facing like he would have kept going straight. But he had
Mhm.
a car door open, had his hat all the way down to, eye level where you couldn't see him. And he
Uh-huh.
was speed walking to my son. He thought my son was by himself. And thank God my baby
Mm.
reacted quickly. He
Mhm.
immediately turned his flash on his phone, put it to the guy's, face. And once he seen that he wasn't by himself, he turned around and took off.
Hmm.
Um, that was one instance. And then this other instance, this other instance actually happened first. When that instance happened, we moved. I was done because
Scary.
yeah, we was up out of there. But this first
Right.
instance happened with the police. We
Mhm.
actually had two different, I'm sorry, it's been two different incidents with the police.
Uh-huh.
So they were playing basketball, and I guess like there was a host of like, break-ins, car break-ins, whatever was going on, on ring cameras in the area, stuff like that. And he was like that a police officer came up to them like, hey, you guys fit a description, simply because they were black.
Mhm.
And of course, when they caught whoever it was, they didn't look anything like my child. But it was just the fact that they were profiled
Yeah.
literally for just playing basketball and
Yeah.
just tried to use any old ridiculous excuse.
Yep.
Um, and then another incident, they were at the Burger King and they were ordering. I think they ordered a DoorDash or something, and the order was wrong. So they just walked up there to try to change it out. For whatever reason, the issue happened, and the lady called them the N word. All
Mm.
I know is when the police come at my daggone door, trying to tell me that they were going to trespass my child and
Uh-huh.
his friend from the Burger King. I'm like, well, I want to know what happened. What's the story? So the officer was telling me his version, which we're going to call the clear version,
Uh-huh.
but he left out the fact that they were called the N word.
Mm.
So
How
when,
convenient.
yeah, so when he left, and of course I asked the boys, like, what happened? They told me, oh, I was in the car faster than my feet could get there.
Mhm.
So as soon as I get up there, and now
Mhm.
I'm going off, the officer tells me if I don't leave, I'm going to jail. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. They were minors, by the way, at the time.
Right. Right.
And this
It
was
don't
a
matter.
manager.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm just like, but I'm going to jail for defending my child. So I'm saying these to say that this is not 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't have the typical, teenage boys that's running around here in gangs or whatever, getting in trouble, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
You could be just a normal kid. Simply
Absolutely.
because you're brown, you can still get targeted. You can still get picked on. You can still get, what I'm saying, treated unfairly by the justice
Absolutely.
system. And
Absolutely.
this is, what I'm saying. So that's all I had wanted to say as far as that. I know I get chatty a bit, but
No, it's okay because you brought to my remembrance when you said yours were minors. I had two boys as well. Now my youngest son, he's deceased. He's been gone for
oh
8 years,
wow, oh my
and
god, I'm
my
so sorry.
concern with him
Hmm.
was he was bipolar. So being bipolar, his behavior could be unpredictable in in in
Wow.
in the event that he would have an episode. His episodes were not very frequent, but being around the wrong person, they could be perceived the
Mm-hmm.
wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always my greatest fear with him. And he had his very first episode when he was 19.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
he was damn near 20 when he had the very first one, and he lived to be 33. This whole drowning situation with Nolan kind of triggered me because I lost my son on the 7th of July of
Mm.
2018. He drowned.
Oh my god, that
And that
is that
triggered.
is really Jesus. I'm
However,
so sorry to hear that.
it had nothing to do with the police or anything like that. It was a bad accident. It was just, he was a good swimmer. They were out on a lake. He slipped off the little flotation device that he and my oldest grandson were attached to, together. And I don't know if the water was too cold. I don't know what if there was a current. I don't know. But he went down and never came back up. But
Mm, mm,
I
mm,
said
mm.
all that to say that it doesn't even have to be them doing anything. Now, like I said, I have two boys, and they at one time when they were minors, we lived in an apartment complex, and there was this white boy that lived in another apartment, and
Mm-hmm.
he had something that belonged to my oldest son, which, by the way, just turned 45 today. Today is his 45th birthday.
Oh
So,
wow, happy birthday.
yeah, that's my baby. But he was a kid. He was like 13, 12 or 13 at the time. And this little white boy had a mini bat. It was, those miniature bats. They're wooden.
Oh.
He had one of those, and I guess he, was playing around with my boys, him and some other kids in the apartment complex, and it was semi diverse in terms of
Mm-hmm.
what. But see, my boys are brown too, and this little white boy, their age, had this bat, and he got to playing and got a little bit too familiar, if you know
Mm.
what I mean, and started swinging this bat like he was gonna hit somebody, and
Mm.
son grabbed the bat and took it from him.
Oh my goodness.
And he didn't retaliate. He didn't whoop his ass or none of that. Because, my boys don't have my temper. Praise God. But nevertheless, he took the bat and the kid, started tripping out or whatever. And my son just walked away with the bat in his hand and came home. Fast
That's
forward,
admirable.
the police knocked on my door at 2 o'clock in the morning.
In the morning.
Oh my goodness.
2 o'clock. Now, all this took place much earlier. It wasn't even 10 o'clock. It was in the
Right.
summertime. Excuse me. And there was no fight. Nothing like that went down. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, the police are knocking on my door. And I answer my door. Now, my boys are in bed sleep at this time. My husband, I think he was in the living room or something. I'm not sure where he was, but he was in the apartment. And police are at the door, and can I help you? Yeah, we're looking for Barry Jones. Now that's my son's name. And I'm like, why? And they told me that there was a complaint from another kid who said that he assaulted him.
Oh
Oh.
my goodness.
And I'm like, what do you mean assault? And he says, yes, this kid reported that your son assaulted him with a bat. I'm like, oh, really? Do you do?
Wow.
I mean, this is all you have. This is okay. First of all, where's the kid at? But they weren't going to give me any information. I knew where the boy lived, and thank God I didn't go there because I whooped his ass, or whooped his mama's ass. Sometimes you just got to whoop the parent's ass and not the kid. But in this case, they put my boy in the back seat of a police car and
No
took him to
way.
Oh
jail.
my goodness.
I had to follow the police car to the police station, and they booked him and everything and then released him to me. But it just
That
seems
was
like
just to get him in the system. Disgusting.
exactly the
That's horrible.
audacity
Mm, mm, mm,
that
mm.
you would just take this one kid's word for it without even
No proof, no evidence.
no
Right.
evidence. Like I said, my son had the bat. So if
Yeah.
in the police's eyes, yeah, he must have done it because he's got the bat. He didn't never
Oh, you guys
disclose.
gave him bat when they got there? No, that bat would have been, I
No,
don't
no,
know
no,
no
no.
bat.
No, we had the bat. We kept the bat.
Shit.
We kept the
Okay.
bat. But the fact is that he had the bat, so he assumed that because he was in possession of this bat, he must have done it because he has a bat. And I'm telling, my son is telling the police, this is not my bat. This is his bat. And he tried to swing on me, yada, yada, yada,
But
yada.
that's what I'm telling you. Y'all should have never even showed them the bat. You wouldn't have been
Oh, no,
coming in my
no.
house. You don't have no
We didn't
warrant,
show
no.
him. We didn't show him the bat. We
So
had the bat, but we didn't show the
you
police the
just kind
bat.
of told
The
them.
the kid apparently told them that
And I'd have been
he
like, he
had the bat.
lying. Shit. Man, what?
The
He don't
kid
go on?
Yeah, the kid told the
I would
police
have filed a
my son
complaint.
had the bat,
Girl,
but
that part.
he didn't tell the police that it was his bat, and he didn't give the circumstances as to why my son
Of
even has
course not.
this bat. So,
Yeah,
to make a
because
long
you,
story short, the way that they take our kids, especially our young
yeah,
black kids, our young boys, especially. They'll take them and just put them in the system. That's what it's all about, putting them in the system.
It's horrible. It's so
Yeah,
horrible.
I was
it really
livid.
is.
I was
You would have been
livid.
pissed too.
I was livid. It was all I could do not to go to his mama and whoop her
I
ass
would have
when I
been like,
got
you
home.
saw bruises, you saw him get beat up, you're picking
Exactly.
my son up, and then you're gonna let him out. What is this? What are you doing?
Oh well, the big bad black boy, the big bad black boy.
Yeah, like
Cause
It's
he
just to have them in the system. So if it ever comes up later,
yeah,
they go, oh, we didn't get him this time. You know what I'm saying? That's
yep,
all it is.
yep,
And
yep,
that's what I fought very, very hard to make sure we don't get no expulsions, no
yep,
juvenile record. And my kids, some of their cousins on their dad's side, some of their friends, they got kids already. They was already having records as juvenile, all that kind of stuff. And these are
yeah,
their friends, these are their relatives, but not mine. We're not
yeah.
doing that over here.
No,
We're
no.
not. And now I didn't almost had to go to jail because they cutting up my youngest, especially. He was born July 6th. That's why it really was like, wow, when you said that about your baby,
Hmm.
the next day. And I'm like, he was my problem child because he was just always in mess, but it always involved the girls, his friends. You know what I'm saying? And I used to
Oh,
tell him like, you can't do the same things that they're doing. As far as all this female damn drama, and it was always drama. But he
mm-hmm,
also got picked on when he was younger too, when he didn't really know. What he had going on, and people would always make fun of him.
hmm.
So, we want to give our kids what we didn't have. So I think, oh, if I take them and move into this area, put them in an all, predominantly white school, whatever, what I'm saying, it'd be a better situation. No, now
Mm-mm.
he's getting picked on and it's, people
Yeah,
that don't like us there. So then
yeah.
I got to go up here and show my natural black ass. That's a double whammy. Oh, let me go take him back to the hood into a black school. Child,
Yeah,
please. He
it's
ran wild. It was even more trouble. So I'm like,
it's
what the fuck to do?
it's
You know?
almost damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Absolutely.
It's
You
from the
know.
frying pan into the fire or vice versa. Either way,
Yeah.
you're gonna get burned somehow. So, it takes a lot of prayer and just praying. I
yeah,
would pray over my kids every night. And
yes,
I can act a heathen. I'll
that
be the first to
prayer.
say
Mm-hmm.
pastor's wife don't I have no understanding about religion when it come down to my kids, my family and all that. And I will, hey motherfucker, this, that, and the third from here to eternity. I'm
Exactly.
not dealing with I'll ask the Lord to forgive me later. But in the
Mm-hmm.
meantime, ain't gonna be none of this bullshit here, not for these two.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go before you take them.
Yeah. Because
But
it's the world we live in now is just it's just getting worse. It's so much more
Yes.
brazen and just so
Bold.
they don't care. You know what I
it's
mean? Like they're literally like how like with the Nolan kid, how does something like this happen? I
ex-
don't understand. And then
Right.
nothing is just like what?
Yeah,
exactly, and
no one's been arrested. No one's being questioned.
exactly, and
Yeah.
that's
These
the thing
boys
about
were
the
the
South.
last people to see him alive. They
Mhm.
are accountable to let them know what is going on and what
Yeah.
they saw. Something about an argument.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
see, that's another thing. There's been so much
Mm-hmm.
said out there, but here's my thing. Let's go back to the very beginning when all this stuff popped off. The movements of those boys and that boy's mama, the judge,
Right.
is what grew suspicion to everybody.
Yes.
Before there was even a body discovered, they were doing
She
some
was
real
moving real
strange
fast.
moves, okay? And that's
Mm-hmm.
what brought on the suspicion. Now, yes, we have to wait for an investigation and all that, but let's not forget this is Mississippi.
Oh Lord. Yes,
Mississippi.
indeed.
And
Yes,
if
Mississippi.
we gonna
indeed.
pick and choose which ones are worse than the other, Mississippi is at the top of the list when it comes.
Absolutely. And them roots go
Oh,
deep, honey. And it's not in our
good.
favor. Let's be crystal clear. What
That's
roots
right.
we talking about here?
I know of an individual that will remain nameless because I'm related to him.
Mhm.
He had to leave the South for unaliving a white man
Mm.
Oh wow.
in that area.
Kicked him out.
Mhm.
Huh?
They kicked him out.
Oh, no, 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 no.
No, he's on the run.
No, he left.
Oh.
Oh, he's dead and gone.
Lady
Dead.
Latisha, I mean, I'm not laughing. I'm just saying, Lady
Yeah,
Latisha
no,
is so
I
cute.
probably
She
didn't
be
hear
like,
the story
No.
right. Yeah.
He ejected himself out of that
I know
situation.
exactly what that meant when
You
she
have
said,
to.
"Oh Lord,
You have
girl."
to. So, it's just it's the same thing that they dealt with back in those days, but it just seems more polarized now because it's
Mm-hmm.
rewinding back into time. But certain areas didn't catch up with they didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
You can't do the things that used to be done, but that racism is deeply baked in to a
Yeah.
lot of those people. And I'm
Hmm.
not saying all white people are racist, but let's be real about it. There's a lot of white people out there that they're not racist, but they sure will use that white card when it's convenient.
Absolutely. And there is such a thing as silent racism. You don't have to necessarily be vocal about it, but you can
Right.
still have a natural shun to where, and that's again comes from the past, the way people are brought up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like even like with Lady Letitia, her situation, I have that the reverse. I have male cousins who are married to, white women and they procreated. So when you blend families, yeah, it's different backgrounds and no, not everybody is the same. You know what I'm saying? So when you have these type of conversations, it is kind of, difficult when you have blended families and stuff like that because not
Yeah.
everyone is like that. But my thing is that when I look at that picture with Nolan and surrounded by all those people, I was like, I don't know, the backstory and stuff like that. And I don't know if these was like his peers, students, whatever the hell was going on. But it's
Mhm.
like it was he like from a rich family? You know what I mean? Like we worked
Yeah.
so hard to get away from our people
Yep.
just to get our children around those people, and then our children end up like that.
From the frying
Crazy
pan into
work.
the fire. But see, this is
Crazy
the
work.
this is the one thing that I don't know if they really prepared him on the racial aspect.
His mother and father.
Yeah, I
Probably
don't know if
not because they feel
they
like, we don't want you to accidentally say the wrong thing. So
right,
they
you
feel if
know,
they don't bring them up to see it, they
right,
want to teach him not to see color, but everyone
right.
around them clearly sees his color.
Exactly. And that's why I said what I said about
Yeah.
they may not they may not be racist, but when until it's convenient. And in this case with these young boys, they all they said was, "Oh, they've been friends since they were elementary school."
Which
Okay,
means
first of
nothing.
all, let's not use the word friends too lightly because
Absolutely.
clearly they were not friends.
Hmm.
I don't care how long they knew each other.
Yeah.
Okay,
Something
but
went right.
here's the other thing that's really getting on my nerves is that now that they're on, they're so down low that nobody's hearing from them, including the stepmother, the judge that had no business coming out with that
Hmm.
statement in the first place, because that broke the law. Why isn't number one? Why isn't anybody been arrested?
Right.
But not
Have they
only
been
that,
questioned
I I I, I don't think they've been questioned to the degree that
to an
we would
extent, like
expect to be,
interrogated? Right.
right?
They haven't been
Because
interrogated.
anybody else would have been taken and detained.
Yeah.
And to my knowledge, they have not been detained.
It almost feels like they're protecting them. It's
And
not almost,
that's
they
the
are.
whole thing. The protection went into high gear the moment that them kids showed back up in on their
And
side of
and
town
start telling
claiming,
their moms
yep.
what happened.
And that judge, because of the pull that she has, the power that she has in their community, she was able to go into high gear and protect them all, not just her stepson, but all of them.
She got whatever she did, she made sure she covered them all.
Covered them all. And in the process, she came out and made a statement. And I mean a long, drawn out statement that under normal circumstances, you
Almost like guilty, just guilty
exactly.
act.
She divulged too much information in the process of trying to cover their ass, giving the narrative in this statement, mind you.
Right.
Okay. So she basically took the story that they gave her and put it on paper on her judicial stationery. And as a judge is not supposed to make any statements
Yeah, she's not being
Jesus.
whatsoever.
Oh my God. This is too much. He was 18 and on my son's birthday, my son just turned
Yep.
19.
And
This
the
is
whole
crazy work.
exactly. But the coldest part about it is that there's a code, USC code number 1512, pertaining to tampering with evidence
Okay.
and with witnesses and whatnot. And the fact that that one boy, her son, had his cell phone. He contacted the parents
Oh,
of this young man saying, well, at
that's a
11:07
bad
at night,
situation.
he called the parent,
He has
talked
the
to the mom, and
phone.
says, do you know where Nolan is? Well, he's with you guys. What are you talking
Why
about?
on earth would they know and he's at an island with you guys?
Right.
That's just it. And the mother,
So do you
just
guys
like
think if there was anything, if they were like partying like with rugs
it very
Oh,
could
and
I
have been
think
the case.
so.
It very well could have been the case.
and
But
they're
here's
trying to
the
cover it
thing.
up because they don't want their kids attached to, you
Don't
know what I'm
want
saying?
All of
people to
that.
know that your kids are getting drunk or
Right.
whatever. But see,
Yeah.
here's the thing: you done made yourself an even bigger problem. I would rather my
Yeah.
son be viewed as getting high or drunk than being a murker.
Right.
It's the lesser of two evils.
Well,
Exactly.
because if they're all doing it together and they're all doing it, if they wanted to, especially if they weren't in Mississippi, they were in a place that was fair, they could all still be essentially charged.
Exactly, and that's just it. This guy calls the mother, asking the mother, "Do you know where Nolan is?" Her son,
Ooh.
Hmm.
knowing damn well that he didn't get off that island.
That was the stupidest thing.
They admitted that they left him behind on that island.
And then why would everybody,
Had his phone.
everybody leave the singular person who's not who's melanated by himself? Y'all all just left him.
No light
So
on. This
this is why
island
I
has
said it could have either
absolute.
been what is that noise? It's an echo.
There's an
Oh,
echo.
Do you see? You hear an echo?
Hold on. Let me.
it was for a second.
Oh,
Yeah, so I said if it's not to where some sort of altercation happened, God forbid it's some weird ritual, whatever these weird kids are doing, you know what I'm saying? If there wasn't some sort of physical altercation and then something happened, but if there was not no, since we don't even know any of the information as far as the autopsy,
mhm,
but if it's nothing that's obvious where there was some sort of
right.
bludgeon, there's, they're
Right.
covering up bloody clothes, all this kind of stuff, and it's just kind of, especially with that many people. I,
Hmm.
I feel like that it had to be something dealing with rugs
Well,
and they're trying to sweep it under the rug.
here's the other thing, the latest.
Interesting.
And again, this thing has gotten so ugly and so many people are talking about it. A lot of content creators are going on YouTube and Instagram and whatnot, saying these things that have not been confirmed or denied by law enforcement or anybody else. I saw a content creator get up there and say, or showed a video of these two girls that said, well, a friend of ours transports bodies that have been picked up, blah, 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 blah. And he saw
Uh-huh.
Nolan's body and he said that Nolan's face was all messed up and da, 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 da. Now, again, we have not yet heard anything from either side because thank God Colin Kaepernick paid for an individual autopsy.
Hmm.
So they've got their own autopsy about to be done. The state, they did theirs. Neither one is done yet. And we've got people out here telling all these different stories. We don't know if they're true or not,
Hmm.
but they're muddying the waters.
Right.
Okay, they're passing things off as fact without having the actual facts put before them.
Hmm.
But what makes it worse is that the state of Mississippi is so foul and corrupt. We don't know what they put forward to be true or not. So by
Right.
right, we have to wait for the family's autopsy to
Hmm.
know for sure.
So, but what I'm saying is that typically when something happens, I'm sure by now the family has been down there to identify the body.
The family
So,
has not
They
seen the
haven't.
body yet.
I'm sorry, what happened?
The family has not yet seen the body.
What?
And see, this is the other thing, and I got to put a disclaimer out because I was under the impression that she identified the body, but I found out that I was not. I was incorrect with that
Okay.
information. So let me
How is
put
that
that out
even
there.
legal if it's already been presumed? First of all, how is he presumed not here? It's plastered everywhere. There's news articles saying
About
it's indefinitely him, but he has not even been identified.
Dental
Mm.
records. Dental records is what identified him.
I'm saying, so they've already done dental records. First of
Yeah.
all, I thought before they even do anything to the body that they call the family first.
Oh, the family was notified that
Yeah,
he
they
was
were notified, but
deceased,
they didn't
but
view
they
the
haven't
body.
physically seen him yet.
That is insane. So you're
Isn't
going to notify me that my, offspring, I don't even want to repeat those words, that this is happening, and
it's
but I'm not allowed to see my child. Why not? It's not like
no,
they can, like, that's
so
crazy.
It's
raggedy. The way that
crazy.
they're handling this whole thing is
That's
so
how you know if they're covering up
raggedy.
something. So my only opposition to the whole, well, okay, now that you're saying it that way, because these kids can do stuff. The girl, I'm sure it was girls. Was it girls there? Yes, I think I seen the picture.
It's like a
They
Yeah.
might be afraid and they don't want to say nothing. And maybe there was some sort of physical altercation. Maybe it was over a girl. I don't know. But my thing is, for it to have gotten to the point to where he was pulverized, physically, allegedly,
That's
to the
yeah.
point where he expires. That's too many witnesses for something like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
for
and
him.
my thing is that a person that just either witnessed or was a part of, which in
Mhm.
this case, all of them are a part of it because they're witnessing it, but we don't know
Yeah.
if the person that called was the one that actually did it, whatever the case. I
Mhm.
don't see how any of them would have been in the mental state. Hey, let's bludgeon him, do this. He's here. We're going to leave him here. We're going to walk over here and then call home. I don't, they would have been calling their parents. Oh my God, this happened.
No.
What do we do? And the parents would have been coming trying to help clean up this scene. They would not be calling his parents. To me, it gave they were all literally under a substance, overreacted, was paranoid,
Mhm.
and that's why they call. They didn't know what to do. I just don't understand how they would bludgeon him and then call his parents. That's weird.
Hold on just a second, sweetheart. Hold that thought. Hi, Cece.
Hi, Cece.
Cece, can you hear? Cece's in the house. I'm gonna say this because I will forget.
Oh
There's
yeah,
been
let Cece come
so
up.
much. There's been so much said and not said that we
Hmm.
really don't know what the time frame is. But let's just say this: there were boots on the ground. First of all, let me back up even further.
Hmm.
When law enforcement was made aware of this situation, or should I say, when it was reported, allegedly reported to the Coast Guard that this young man was missing, why
Mm-hmm.
did it take 13 hours for them to get somebody out there to
Oh
start
my
looking?
word.
13 hours. Number
13
one.
hours.
Number two, when they did have all these boots on the ground, they had the Cajun Navy out there in the air flying around, they had
Yeah.
drones and all that. Still nobody was seen until the next morning.
Now I have a question. This island that they were on, I don't know why I was under the impression it was like like a resort, like a vacation place, which means people frequent there. This was a desolate island.
It's a desolate island with no buildings on it, just, flat land pretty much.
Mm.
Flat. There's nothing on there but sand and shrubbery, I
And
guess.
there would be no law enforcement close by, Coast Guard, whatever the case, knowing that people frequent there, party
Again,
goers.
exactly? Why? Well, first, whatever was said, and I'm just kind of going back and forth because these things come to
Yeah.
mind. When it comes to my mind, they said that he decided not to go back with them back home, back across,
That makes
home.
no
Wait,
sense
what?
on an
Yeah, they
island
left
where
him
there's
there.
nothing out there.
They
Why
left
Oh
him
did he
there.
my
say?
God. With no
And
phone. So he wants to leave his phone, not go home, and be left stranded on a desolate island.
but
This
they
is
said
unbelievable.
they said that he stayed because apparently there were still people on
A
the
girl?
island when they left because they left at like 4:30 in the afternoon, saying that there was a problem with the boat. He elected to stay behind, which is bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on
Yeah,
that
I
This
do
is
too.
because his
crazy.
parents
This is
said we
crazy.
raised him. If you leave with them, you come back with them, no matter what. Whoever
Right.
you leave,
Absolutely.
you come back with them. So I think that lie was bullshit anyway. But nevertheless, this they allegedly left the island at
His
4:30.
cell phone, though.
His cell phone, the boy had the cell phone, but he didn't tell the mama he had the cell phone. He just called the mama and said, "Do you know where your son is?" Blah 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 blah. And
Right.
she
He
said, "Well,
didn't
he's
tell
with
her.
you." Well, no, he's not with us. He said that he was going to hang behind and talk to this girl. And
Right. And what I'm saying is that if he called her once he got back home or wherever the hell he was no longer at the island. That makes no sense if someone wants to get left behind with no phone
he
communication.
had no
Right.
phone to
And why
call.
the hell
They
would
had
you
his
call
phone.
the mother?
That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
So, Auntie Mickey, when he called the mother, did he say they just said we haven't seen him? Were they
Yes,
looking?
he calls the mother looking for her son
Son.
Knowing that they left him on the island? That doesn't make sense.
and did not tell her that he has his phone. He
His
didn't tell her.
phone.
Okay,
He's the key.
that's the
Mm, mm,
judge's
mm,
son.
mm.
That's the
Hmm.
judge's son right there. There's so much going
Wow.
on with
This is so
this whole
sad.
subject that all we can basically
Oh,
do
well,
is
I mean, if one of the kids there is related to a judge, this is why it's getting swept under the rug.
thank
Yeah.
you. And the another boy's father is an attorney, and the other boy's father is a doctor.
Oh yeah, that he was screwed. I mean, I don't know why. uh-uh.
Well,
Mine ain't
see,
going on
This
no desolate
this
nowhere with nobody's children related to all that. Let's be
this so
clear.
much this case so much reminds me of the Murdoch case as well. I mean, it wasn't really a black white thing, but the Murdoch case, all of the Murdoch was an attorney, a high profile attorney, and all of his friends, all of his kids' friends, excuse me, they've had a couple encounters where people actually had passed and their kids were present. And because he was such a high paid profile attorney and he knew all the judges and everybody, all of those um, cases that involved Murdoch's kids got
Mhm.
dropped and people passed away. You know, like
Hold
a
on, you guys.
speeding boat and somebody.
You guys keep talking. I got to step away from the
that's
mic for a minute, but you
horrible.
guys keep it going. Keep it going. Go right
Yeah.
ahead.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys know about the Murdoch case, but it's just sad because people who have high profile, appearances within that whatever district they're in, they can cover up so many things that it's just horrible.
Somebody in the chat said that they had the boy's car too, and that it was at the people, the other children's house, and his parents had to go get it. Like this is insane.
Yeah. No, if he had that phone, there's no reason in heck that they had to
No, but
use
I'm
an
just saying a
identifier to find
phone
out
and a
where it was
car.
going.
He's basically left
In the car,
stranded on an
yeah.
island with nothing. So
Well,
it's
no,
giving
Yes.
that because
Right.
I knew somebody else that had a different situation. It was just opposite. But the person involved, well, two of the other people, anyways, a judge was a parent of somebody. And so
Yes.
they kind of did the same thing and they got lesser time, even though the person that passed was
Yep.
their friend. But the person that I
Yep.
knew, they're the one that did it. But the point of the matter is, they took the phones, they took this. They were too busy worried about trying to cover up everything before they tried to get the body to the hospital.
Absolutely.
When had
well,
all that time they were doing all that, they probably could have saved this person instead of trying to cover tracks
Absolutely.
with
Yep.
the
exactly.
phone. So I feel like the
Absolutely.
parents probably said, bring the car, bring
Yep.
the phone so that
Yep.
they can clean,
Yep.
do whatever they need to do so that
Yep.
there's no trace of their children having it. So this
Yep.
is probably not rugs. It definitely is something more egregious
It's a cover
and it's
up.
definitely
Like
being
it's a
covered
foul
up. This is
play.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely a
this
cover.
is total foul play, it
Oh my
looks like.
God.
And I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if Cece said anything because
Mm,
I had to
mm,
go to the
mm,
ladies'
mm.
room. But it was said that the boat was taken to one of the parents' house in the middle of the night. They were cleaning it in the backyard. So
Oh my God.
I
I
hope that
mean,
they run all kinds of DNA testing on that boat.
Girl,
I'm
but
telling.
see, when you get into the deep south like that, like y'all claim that, well, y'all say the FBI is involved, and it's like even with them, it's still a stretch. Because I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't really care. However, if it would have just stayed at the local police level, yeah, we would have been screwed because they play by their own rules down there, like
Yeah,
literally,
they really
Yes.
do. They really, really do.
and they're gonna protect their own at all costs, especially when it comes to one of us. They don't.
Hmm.
Oh, one of us is gone. Oh, my son, my daughter is not about to go down for this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then they don't want that stench on their name. But this is crazy. This is
Yeah.
crazy
Yes,
work.
and Auntie Mickey, can I speak on that autopsy thing?
Absolutely. Go right ahead, hon.
Oh wow.
Can you hear me, Cece?
I'm sorry.
Go right ahead,
It
sweetie.
kind of bugged out on my. Oh, okay.
Oh,
So on the autopsy thing, am I coming in okay?
I hear you.
Okay, great. It just sound tinny. So on the autopsy thing, the thing that really scares me about this case because really you want to get as much results as quick as you can. And with the state holding the body for now and then transporting it sooner or later to um, uh, New York for the autopsy that Colin Kaepernick has, taken care of and paid for, it scares me because here's a situation that I want to kind of like lay out there. My mother had fallen down the steps and she ended up breaking like 16 ribs total, like front, on the side, and near her spinal area. So it was like 16 different ribs. Well, she went to a hospital where total malpractice took place. It was horrible. They were actually using, instead of saline solution, they were using water from the tap of the rusted bathroom sink.
Oh my God.
Well, anyway, when it comes to the autopsy, I ended up filing a case and everything. And when it came to the autopsy, the state of Arizona took, believe this or not, 1 year and 5 months before I got any type of result.
Golly.
They held her body in a freezer for a year and a half, basically.
And who was this again?
So that was my mother.
Your mom. Oh my
Wow,
God.
sorry.
My mom. It was horrible. It was it's the most depressing thing that put me through. I mean, I ended up weighing like 92 pounds by the time all this ended. It was just brutal.
So sorry.
But
Oh my goodness.
but yeah, I know. Thank you very much.
Sorry to hear that, honey.
But what in what I'm trying to kind of reflect on this case is it scares me because if that state is so the way they are, that we all know they are, it really kind of scares me because they could be doing so many things to that body right now. And really, yeah, New York needs to look at the body too. I mean, can they send somebody down? It's like, it really scares me because
to
this
observe
gentleman,
or to be there, because at this point it's going to be going through too many hands.
No, the body is
And then of course when it's getting transported, if something is found, that could have happened in transport. They're going to have a million and one excuses. It needs to be in raw time while it's still raw. Because the longer it sits in, I don't care about preserving and freezing.
The body, listen, the body is not sitting. The body has already been transported to Washington, D.C., where they're
good. Okay.
being held. But now that you brought that up, Cece, I'm glad you mentioned something about the medical examiner. Did you not? Did you say something?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The medical examiner in Arizona. Are you referring to? Yeah.
Okay. Check this out. Before I forget, I got my notes. Dr. Tracy Turner is the medical examiner, the doctor that's handling the Nolan Wells case. Okay. She in the past has been accused numerous times of mislabeling causes of death in high profile cases of Black people in Mississippi.
So of course they designate her to be this.
Her record is
Jesus.
real shady, especially when involved in cases where police are involved. Obvious homicides are declared accidents or suicides, eliminating any blame of loss of life on the actions or misdeeds of the law enforcement involved. Or if there is a case where the deceased is Black and the perpetrator is white. So we've got bad cops or bad whatever, bad parents and a bad judge who herself has broken the law. See, she needs to be arrested with them boys.
Yes, and how do they get to hold their certificates that long when you have so many that have been proven wrong?
That's what I wanted to. That's what I was going to say. Like, that's insane. The fact that she's still in office, obviously, they want her there for times like this.
Yes,
just in case we need.
For their cover-ups.
Yeah, we need Al. We need.
She's probably paid well. She's probably paid.
So I thought you guys said that the body was supposed to go to New York, not Washington D.C.
No, the body has been flown to Washington D.C., not New York.
So that's where Kaepernick wanted it to go.
You know what? I always call New York Washington D.C. That's my bad.
It's not. It's not New York. The body has.
It isn't. It isn't at all.
So has the woman, the lady that you just mentioned, did she already give her quote unquote thesis of what her prognosis, whatever you want to call it, for what happened?
Nope, not yet.
So did she get to examine the body?
I believe so, because both sides have had their autopsies done. The results are not back yet from either.
Wait, so Kaepernick's side has done his, and then the lady in Mississippi, the state examiner, she's done hers.
Correct.
And how much time apart was the two? And has it been since
They
the
were
one that Kaepernick?
close. They were
Probably
fairly
like
close.
days.
They were fairly close.
Yeah, it
But
sounds like
yeah,
it.
none of the results from either side have been
Made public.
right.
I'm sure they have them. They just have not been made public. So does that
Yeah.
mean that they haven't even notified the family? Like, I don't understand why they'll be done and they don't get to know anything.
They just now came out today with a press conference admitting that they
Yeah.
haven't even been talking to this family the way they should be. So it was
Wow.
said during this press conference today, the DA admitted that, yeah, they dropped the ball, my bad,
Wow.
blah, blah, blah. Um,
Wow.
because they're supposed to come out with a victim statement at least 72 hours from the time of
Mhm.
You were
that.
saying
I
that
mean,
too.
the fact that they're shipping her child's body up, I mean, obviously it's in her favor with the Kaepernick
Right.
situation, but the point that so many people are touching and tampering with it, it's been
No,
examined, all this kind of stuff. They haven't been able to see their child, let alone know what's going on.
Uh,
You know what I mean? What happened? This is
They have
crazy.
not
I'm
they have
sure
not
she's
laid
feeling
eyes. They have
that
not.
mortifies me.
And
I,
now
I feel for that family because, not seeing my mother, and knowing that she's just kept in a frozen tomb, until all autopsies are completed. Because I had more than one because of the state taking so long. But for that to happen, and it's you guys, it's just a
oh,
tearjerker for me to hear this family have to go through this.
yeah.
I know.
Well,
I know.
and like I
It's
said,
horrible.
it's awful, but
This is
thank God
terrible.
that Colin Kaepernick stepped up very
Thank
quickly.
God. Bless
And
that man.
And
it
it's like
it
when people do, and then that's another thing that these officials are seeing in Mississippi, when celebrities and, people, in the public figures start to step in, they know that this has reached a certain level that you're not going to be able to just run away from. This is not going to be able to
Right.
be swept under the rug. You know what I'm
Right.
Absolutely.
saying? Like, it's obviously people are seeing that something sinister and foul has happened. And
mhm.
this is
Absolutely.
not just your freak accident. No one's going for that. It's not going to be, oh, it was a drowning accident. There's no word accident that's going to suffice anyone
Yeah.
with this
Right,
situation at
And
right.
all.
and Auntie Mickey, like you said, I've read a couple things too, where the rumors, or bloggers or whatever you want to say, how they said one blogger and CC had said that they were beating him. He was bleeding so
Right.
bad from his mouth. Blood
Oh
was
my
just gushing
gosh.
out of his mouth.
And see, that's the
So it
thing,
just
though.
it.
We're hearing so many different stories, but we don't know what to believe because nobody
Thank you.
on an official capacity has come out and
Exactly.
said these things. People are taking the, oh, well, if they had to identify him through dinner records, that's only because his face was messed up. We don't know
Thank
if
you.
that's the reason or not. That's the thing. People are being fed information that seems to be
Or they could have just done the dental records because
correct.
they're trying to keep the family from seeing him because
Correct.
they're
Yes.
they're trying to figure out how to explain why he's not here. So to
Exactly.
avoid them
Yes.
coming to identify the body and then asking a million one questions, hey, we already know who he is. The friends then told us, but let's do the legal way to cover our asses. Hey, we
Right.
got dental
Right.
records. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that
Right.
too, because they're
Right.
still trying to cover their goddamn tracks.
That's
But now you have so
exactly
You're
many
a lot.
agencies, you got different state examiners from different states that have nothing to do with your ties to Mississippi. You can't blackmail everybody.
Nope.
Right.
got
And you
this.
can't pay
Right.
It,
off you can't pay off everybody either. But
No.
here's the kicker. This is the part that really infuriates me. Okay. Now that these white boys are in hiding, so to speak. Not really in hiding, but they laying low, ain't saying nothing to
Right. They're
families.
quiet.
Now all these so-called black friends are coming out of the woodwork. Okay. Left and right. Coming out of the woodwork, basically covering, in a nutshell, covering. One of
Yeah.
which was the guy introduced himself as Nolan's football coach. This dude is
Okay.
not his actual football coach. He's the assistant coach.
Okay.
Not
they're
his,
covering for
Mhm.
the white boys.
huh?
Are they covering for the white boys?
That's what I
Yes.
wanted to know.
What the?
Yes.
You know
They're
what?
not,
So
they're
I had another
not these.
question. Had you looked into the state examiner, the Kaepernick? Like what is their track record? Because I just think like being in Washington is kind of weird because are we going political with this? Are we going to ask for a political
I don't know.
favor?
I
You know what
don't
I'm
know.
saying? Of
I
all the
don't know.
states, why did it have to be
Trump won't
Washington?
care.
I don't know. I
Well, I'm
don't know.
saying because of the if the Mississippi because it's judges, it's this and that. If they need a favor to try to
Right.
clean this up, oh, let's get a state
Right.
examiner in
Right.
D.C. so that
Right.
hopefully it can
Oh,
be a political official to get them to co-sign. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
oh, good
this is
Lord,
insane.
Liddy. I didn't think about that. Oh,
I wouldn't doubt not one bit, and this is just me. This is not based on any information that I've received. This is my own take on it. That yes, I'm sure that they sent it to DC with intentions to put a political spin on this
To
because
get political backing.
look who's
To
in
get
office.
political backing.
Look who's in office.
That's my whole point. So therefore, when
right.
this takes a nasty turn, oh, now
Yeah.
you can get the political backing. You can get Trump to come out with a statement because we have a state examiner from the state that he is the president of and that he's a resident of. So that's all I'm saying.
Yep. Yep.
I
But
think
it's
It's
we need
just, and so this
Lacey.
should be a wake up call to all the people that because I've said nasty, vile things, whatever the fuck, and I'm not even gonna lie. You can call me what you want to call me, right? So I don't care what I have down my line. I've never grown up with a white person. I've never seen them, never met them. They're generations and my grandma was born 1938, and she's a nigga. So whatever was going on before her, clearly I don't know them because she was born in 1938. I was born in 83. You feel
mhm,
what I'm saying? So
mhm,
what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
I had one rule with my sons, and I don't care what is in our DNA down the line.
uh-huh.
You do what you want to do. You're not marrying a white woman because you don't bring them to me. You're not
Hello.
procreating with them because I'm not going. I'm not losing my child to one of
Hello.
these. I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah.
see
Hello.
this too
Understood.
much on how they play these games. They get away with it. No, I'm not going for none of that.
But
Nope.
you said
So
your sons can't marry white women.
at all. My mama follows suit. She the same way. I'm sorry, and they can say what they want. I don't care because I know
It's
how these
What
women
if they
operate.
do?
No. So
No.
and so I say that to say people when we just had this conversation a couple months ago about the racism on this app, and people like, oh, not everybody's like that. This is a clear example. This
mhm,
boy has obviously grown up around
mhm.
white people all his life,
Yep.
been around them. They so-called been friends since youth.
Yep.
And this happens to him
Until now.
without a racist bone in his body. And he
Yep.
grew up with these people, and this is how he ends up. So I don't want to hear nothing about that we shouldn't this, that, or the third. Because even growing up with them, even that's all he knows, this is how he's done. Like they can miss me with that shit. Like straight up.
You have to protect your young black boys, your young
Yeah.
black men
I'm
at
sorry, y'all. I'm
all
not trying to
costs.
be rude.
Yeah, but you can't
No,
tell them
I'm
who
with
to
you.
I'm
fall
sorry,
in love
Lady Letitia. I'm reading my TV because you on my TV, and then I'm on the phone with Miss Mickey, and I'm reading the
with.
comments.
I'm
I
just
just
I'm
told y'all I got family members they didn't marry white women too. That's their business. I'm talking about my offspring because
right.
I'm going to prison for life. Anybody playing with mine like that?
well, you
So
know what? And my thing, see, I'm a little bit older than you, so I
yeah,
can go further back. And I was raised by my black grandparents
that
and my
part.
black daddy. So I don't know the white side of my
Me
connection.
either.
Okay, I
Exactly.
don't know nan one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So all I can do is speak from what I've observed and experienced. And I saw what my father went through with his white wife. I
Mm-hmm.
remember the stories that my grandfather told me about when he was in World War II and how when he went over to Italy to fight in World War II, he went over there and was accosted by all the Italian women over there who assumed and had been told by white soldiers that black soldiers had tails
Yeah.
and believed it. This is
I've
the
heard that
country
story too, Auntie Mickey, and that's
we live
horrible.
in. You know, this is the country that we live in. And it's not to say that, okay, it's a
Did we
reason
lose
to
her?
be racist, but it's a reason to be cautious. It's a
Mm-hmm. And that doesn't
cau-
mean that I'm saying like you have a problem with white people. I'm saying, and we're okay to have a preference because trust and believe, it's plenty of white
Yes,
people that say in their household, don't bring home no
Did we
ninjas.
lose Auntie Mickey?
Hello.
right. It's a
I
personal
can't hear
preference.
nobody.
To me, it's hard. Like I can't say that to my daughter.
Well,
Well,
yes.
you can only marry a certain
Right.
person. But let's just say I was in an all black family. My husband was black. I think to me personally, it's who she falls in love with and who she's in love with. It's not based on your race. It's not gonna, not in my house.
It shouldn't be, but
It's not based on, it's just
unfortunately,
characters. And like my
yeah,
sons, they've seen how, these girls are and kind of stuff like that. So
yeah,
and so he has no interest anyway. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
He has a
I'm
preference.
just I'm that's one thing I don't have to worry about. It's enough with us sisters. I don't even think he want a
okay.
sister. He don't want no loud mouth like his mom either.
But you
No,
know
let me
what?
kid.
I was gonna say you're gonna find discrepancies no matter what color
Yeah.
they are, but you have to make them aware
Mm-hmm.
of
Oh
what to
yeah.
expect and
Absolutely.
what they're
Um,
dealing with.
you may run into this. You may run into that. You'll be stereotyped. You'll be da 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 da. What if my daughter grows up and marry a black man, and then she's in an interracial relationship? I'm just thinking about these things because I am concerned
Mhm.
about her, how she's going to be treated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because my sister, their father, because I'm no longer calling him my stepdad. Their dad, after my mom, he was with a white woman, and that's actually who he was cheating with. And so then they had a daughter, and so they did their thing. And so after that, he got with someone else, whatever. And then she got with someone else, and she had a son who's all white.
Mhm.
Well, her family is from Oregon.
Mhm.
And so the mixed one, she's always felt ostracized because when she goes and visits her mom's side of the family, she feels they don't accept her because they never even liked her mom being with my sisters and them dad because they're not
Mhm.
fan of black people. You
Mhm.
feel what I'm saying? And so, yes, I know a lot of people that are, literally mixed and they've had to feel like they don't even know their identity because if you go on this side, you're not accepted or this one,
Right.
you're not enough. So
I
that's a
can
hard place
definitely
to
relate.
be in.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Why
And
it's just
especially when you're raised black or raised in a black
Mm-hmm.
environment and you don't look the role that you
color.
you live in. Now
Yeah,
Yeah.
in my case, I was blackety black internally,
internally.
Yeah.
but the outside of me said a different story. And it
Yeah.
used to be a running joke on my block. Well, you wouldn't know
Mm-hmm.
Nikki Black until she opened her mouth.
Hmm.
It's
They did
true.
my well out the same way. She was your complexion, but she had blue eyes. And she said, a man came up to her and said, take them contacts out or something. She was like, if I took my eyes out, I couldn't see. Like she was born with them
Okay.
blue eyes. But she's
Yeah.
she's a black woman.
And you know
So
what? It doesn't matter what part of the country you live in either. Because like you
hmm
said, yours was in Oregon. I'm the next state up above that,
no,
Washington
I'm
State.
not in Oregon. That's my stepdad's ex-wife. That I'm
Oh,
from
okay.
Ohio. Yeah, I'm
They were in
Midwest.
Oregon. They were
Yeah,
in
I'm
Oregon.
Ohio.
See, the
Yeah.
the Northwest is supposed to be allegedly one of the most
Midwest.
diverse areas in the country, and we way up here in the corner in the Pacific Northwest. But trust and
Hmm.
believe, they everywhere. And
Hmm.
the reason I was not raised around the white side of my family is the moment my mother's mother, because I don't claim the bitch. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't claim the old bitch that I never met. When she found out that my mother was pregnant by a black man, she disowned my mother.
Mm. Your
Mm.
mom was white?
My mom was white.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you really are mixed.
I
See,
really am.
I'm not mixed. Like both of
Mm,
my parents is black, my grandparents is black.
Oh,
Like
mm,
they told us we have Irish in our blood, Indian. I've never met anybody Irish in my family. I ain't met no Indians. Like I just hear about what's in our, lineage down
mm,
the line. But
right.
everyone in my family, both of my parents is black, both of my grandparents is black. So I've never met no anything other than black in my family. So
And
yeah.
yeah, I get it. I get it. And but see, I go back a little bit further. I was born in
Hmm.
1962. So, during the height of the civil rights movement, you see a little bit more than you would see in the 80s or late 70s.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I got a taste of both sides going to white schools because at that particular time the school district, Seattle school district, decided it would be a great idea if we start busing these black kids out to the white schools so
Oh,
they
you're in
can,
Seattle?
yeah,
Yeah,
to
my cousins are out there. The two that The two cousins I got that live in Seattle, they're both married to white women.
Oh, I bet I know them.
So, Auntie,
Oh, that's funny.
how
Girl,
did
if
you?
That's
we
funny.
find out I know your family, we gonna be kikiing for a minute.
Girl, you probably do. And
I
they
might.
your the ones that's out there is your complexion.
Oh my
And this is on
goodness.
my pawpaw side. This is on my mom's father's side of the family. So
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah.
So,
gonna have to
Auntie
talk on
Nikki,
the
how
back.
did you adjust to being in an all-white school? Like, was it difficult?
Well, they did this, they started that when I was going into kindergarten.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
not kindergarten, first grade. They started this magnet program in the Seattle Public Schools. And but before that, I was in a black private school through our church. So it was just a culture. Oh shit! I just spilled pop all over myself. Anyway,
Oh,
um, it was a culture shock just going to just getting on a bus when you're used to walking to school 2 blocks
yeah.
away. So, but the rest of my neighborhood, half of them were also being bused. So I wasn't alone in that aspect. But it was still weird because
I,
they got a bunch
I,
of us to to get on a bus and go clear across town. And I'm talking about a 45-minute ride
wow,
to
yeah.
and from
That's how
school.
long my school was in
Very
Waco.
long. And I'm first grade, my friends on the block,
Ooh,
their
dang.
parents did the same thing. So they sold this bill of goods to black people in the black neighborhoods that said, enroll your kids in these white schools. It's going to be more beneficial to them. Some it did benefit, others it didn't.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the sad part because
Yeah.
I love diversity.
Mhm.
I am so big on diversity. And I like the fact that my daughter has that. It's not
Mhm.
everything's not one color. It's a mixture.
Right.
And it's I just love that. The
But
diversity.
in the same token, some people don't have the luxury of having a chance to have that aspect because if you wasn't raised in that environment,
Right.
then you can't pull from that. Cece, I'm trying to add you to the stage. There
But
you
you
go.
know what
Or
it
on
does?
the flip. Go
It
There
ahead.
you
let it ground you.
Hmm.
it
It's
should, but
should.
And then
again,
on the flip side, when you have been raised and witness what
mhm,
a like so when I was not with my mother anymore and I was down there with my sisters, and their dad and stuff like that, and he was with the clear lady that caused all this mayhem to where we, got taken from my mom. You watch like
mhm,
my stepdad's side of the family, they despised the white woman. First of all, they felt she was a home wrecker. She came in, and all this kind of stuff. She would talk about my sister's hair, Brillo pad, like all this kind of just, you
mhm.
know, under the radar, semi-racist,
Right.
stuff that she would say. And so I have my dad or my stepdad, who's still basically taking up for her. We're stripped from both sides of the family. We can't see nobody. We're left to only have to deal with her and hear all this white rhetoric growing up. On top of the fact, when we do talk to our family, they're saying that she's this, she's that, white devil. You grow up hearing all this stuff. You're going to be confused by the time you're an adult,
Absolutely.
like
Absolutely.
literally.
Absolutely. And see, my grandfather, on the other hand, rest his soul, that was my best friend. But grandpa
Mhm.
loved white women. Grandpa
Not
loved
my
them.
papa, not at all.
Man, my grandfather loved white women. But now he didn't marry a white woman. He just loved white women. Those is who he would step out with. So, with that said, um, he didn't pass that gene on to my father. So there was a lot of confusion in the
Hmm.
household, and then, Mother Jones, my grandmother, she was embedded in the Lord. Her head wasn't even studying any of that. But it's just weird because, growing up in the hood, so to speak, and you share these same experiences, but you don't share them with the same eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
So dealing with racism at a young age from white people, and I looked like them, they knew what time it was. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
they see our features.
They knew what
Oh
time
yeah.
it was. And
Hmm.
that's why to this day, I can clearly, with all my heart, say that Black people are the most nurturing, caring,
Yes.
forgiving people on this planet. And
Yes.
there's a reason for that, because I'm a firm believer in what the Bible says as well. The Bible says the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. And when I take that scripture, I take it to, Black people are generally treated the worst. They're last on the totem pole. But there's going to come a time, because Black people were the original people on this earth, whether
Mhm.
And will be
white people want to
first.
admit that or not. That's the truth, you know.
Yeah.
And hey, history has a way of repeating itself, but when it goes around, it's gonna stay around. It's gonna stay where it's supposed to be. But it's just this whole racist thing has just gotten so out of control.
Yeah,
And
because of look who's
when we think
office.
it's controlled, it's not.
Yeah.
And
No,
then we get this orange orangutan in office who
yeah,
seems to think
he's
it's
he had
okay to be
right on
so
it.
blatant with this shit, that
Very
he has
blatant.
empowered people just like him to openly believe and act on that racism, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah,
So
he's opened the door
yeah,
to
What is
like,
this crackling?
yeah, it's horrible.
it's
Yeah.
And you
crazy.
can feel it a lot in this era now
Yeah.
too. It's
Yeah.
just so open.
You
Well,
can. And Lady Letitia. Oh, sorry. Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, Cece.
Well, I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say, and Lady Letitia, I'm like you too. I love diversity. Obviously,
I love it.
yeah, I am white, and or my son's dad is black, and raising him was difficult because we
I
had
bet.
both. Yeah, it was both sides. You'd have people doing the dead stare at you, and
Yeah,
we
is
had
that your son? And
yeah, we had conflict situations, going, we call it down north, but going down north, and I stayed out west. And there was times, Auntie Mickey, I missed a lot of what was said after my StreamYard or whatever got kind of bugged out. But there was times, I went down there, and I was probably one of 5 white people down there, but most of the people knew me down there because I worked with a lot of youth outreach down there. So they all pretty much knew me. So I was welcomed in the
Mhm.
community, but the people who didn't really know me, I dealt with a lot of different situations, AK-47,
shunning
sawed-off
you.
shotguns.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, pulled
Mm.
out on me, because I worked with the youth and at-risk youth. So,
Mhm.
so we,
Mhm.
we took in and helped with a lot of at-risk youth. So there was a lot of gang things that we were involved with. That you know, I learned. I probably know. I'm probably the. My family used to say I was crazy because I was so wrapped up into a lot of gang things, because we worked with the youth that were at risk for gang activity. So
Mhm.
it's just sad. I get so sad because the world is horrible right now.
It is.
And with him in the office, Mr. Orange Man, yeah,
Mhm.
it doesn't make it any better,
No,
No.
it
it's
doesn't.
just
There's no
sad.
unity. He brings no unity. He doesn't bring us
Yes.
together. He's
Yeah.
a chief divider.
Yeah,
And
and Lady Letitia, what's it like in Texas? Because having a biracial child, in at that time it was in Nebraska, but then also, I moved to Arizona after that. But what's it like in Texas? Because it was difficult where I was.
Yeah, I can imagine.
it's not difficult at all. I don't,
Awesome.
if I get stares, I'm not paying attention. If people
Mhm.
are whispering or saying anything, I don't
Mhm.
really know. But I can't tell you an incident
Uh-huh.
that I've had with me and my husband and my daughter, or just me and my daughter, or just me and my
Okay.
husband. But I've had men black men be
Mhm.
like, what are you doing with him?
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, yeah.
certain little comments like that, but
Sure.
I just
Sure.
ignore it.
Can I
Uh,
ask you, Lady Letitia? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Were you finished? Were you
yeah.
saying still talking?
hmm
Okay, I don't want to cut you off. Did you know that a similar incident to Nolan Wells happened like 3 months ago in Texas?
No, was it a drowning of a little boy?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
what
if
you
it was a
sent
little,
me.
no, because there's several of them, several drownings,
It
but
was
there
in
was
Texas. It was in
in
Dallas.
Dallas, yes,
hmm
in
I saw
Dallas,
that.
and because there's
What
like
happened there?
And he's
um
being arrested. Something with
there's
another
three
young
18
boy, a
year
white
olds
boy.
that drowned. There's three 18-year olds that drowned, all
What?
black males. One was Nolan, where he lives in Mississippi. Another one was in Dallas, and I can't remember the other one. There's been so many. That's the sad part about it, is you lose track of just how many situations like this
Yeah,
are,
that's going
Right,
on.
you know.
right.
But they swept each or attempted to sweep each one under the rug.
So what
Yeah,
was the nature of those other situations, Auntie Mickey? Were they friends? Was it a relationship? Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah. As a
Well,
matter
So,
of fact,
I want to make sure I'm hearing you understand. So, the black person that drowned, they were friends with white
white
people,
people.
and then they became unalived.
Yes.
you
Right.
want to
So, I only said that because I'm again. First of all, it's the difference in being in an elective situation. Like how I said, I have family members that's married to white people. That is their choice. That's their personal choice. That doesn't mean nobody's a racist. It's elective. They can do what they want to do. So if a person
Mhm.
like me is saying what I'm saying to my sons, is because when you have seen and you continue to see constant stories of white women, these younger white women doing what they want to do, things happen, they're getting off, walking out because it was a 5150 day and they're writing it off,
Mhm.
right? Because my mom is really, really big into all of this kind of stuff too. So she's been putting this in their head too since they were young. You know, my
Mhm.
thing is preventative. Obviously, you can
Mhm.
do what you want
Yes,
to do, but what I'm
Mhm.
saying is that if you were ever in, and that this is just a fact, and this is for me and my children. It doesn't mean I don't like whoever. I love all people. It's just what I want. I would never be able to sleep at night knowing they were in a relationship with a white person. You don't know if it's going to go north or south. My son can have no record. Something can happen. And then to know that this person has a 50% chance of just walking away,
Mhm.
yes.
That's
it's preventative for me because, and
I
that's
get,
also because what I had to grow up and see. I've
I,
Abs-
witnessed it.
yeah, I get
Absolutely.
that, Lady T. I really do. I know,
I don't want to be on a panel having a conversation about my child.
yes,
Oh, I believe love is love. Love everyone. And then you love the wrong one because I'm not saying,
you're right.
hey, you
No,
know,
baby.
you never know. And if he said, Mom, I know this is whatever, but whatever, I'm doing a whole vetting. I need to know everything. And I'm going to go look their parents in the eye and make sure they ain't got a racist bone. You're not going to feel no type of way about
You're
nothing.
right.
Because
let
if
me,
you ever have to see me in this capacity again and something happened to mine, you won't see
Yeah.
me and you
you
won't
that
be
I,
can
seeing shit
happen
else.
in
I
any
want them
you
to
know,
know that.
relationship, no matter
That's
what
a
the
Lady
fact.
T, Lady T, I went through that interrogation
Good.
myself, so I get it. I get the interrogation. I was
Because I'm like, are we
very.
not listening to what we're saying? That it's a
Yes,
pattern. These
it
Yeah,
people we're
is.
trusting, and
It
we're
Hey,
is.
not
Letitia,
saying all people, but you never know what life happens. You
I
know.
think
Yes.
Lady
fifty
Letitia's
fifty
trying to
chance
say
that
something.
something, yeah, that's a 50-50 chance that something could go wrong, but that could happen in any relationship.
Yep, sure can.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with you feeling strongly about keeping your kids safe, especially if, especially if you think that they're going to be in trouble in any capacity.
Mhm.
But what I
Yeah.
do want to teach my daughter is to treat people how you want to be treated. And just to, I have to explain to her and to let her understand the segregation, the
Mhm.
racism,
Yeah.
the difference between me and hubby
Yeah.
when it comes to our race and what we
Mhm.
had to go through and what my parents and ancestors had to go through. So that is
Right.
important to me to let her know that, what is
Mhm.
going on in this world. I don't
Mhm.
want her to be
Hmm.
blind to the fact,
Hmm.
but I do want
Right.
her to be free to make
Mhm.
her
Hmm.
own decisions and her choices about
Mhm.
who she's going to
Hmm.
love, who she's going to fall in love with, no matter
Absolutely.
what they look like.
But you know what?
Yeah, and I think if I had girls, I
That's what
wouldn't
I
be
was gonna
as, and
say.
it's really because they're men.
Girls,
Because
it is what
it's really a lot less likely that an all white family is accepting of a black man as opposed to the reverse when it's a black woman. They may still shun an eye, but it's because she's a woman, because we're nothing in their eyes. But a black male traipsing up in some,
mhm.
so that's just a totally different situation. But again, I'm not out here like hanging over the next, you better not. I just have always, stated my preference. But of course, do what do what you want to do. It's your life. But
Preference is
Right. And
important,
you
but
said that they don't even prefer. So
yeah, at
you
this point, yeah, my son said he's
are
not into it. He said he's tried to talk to him. Cause them
And see,
dingy
you
and
know what?
everything else.
My boys said the same thing. I used to tease my boys all the time. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, hold it. You ain't doing this because of me, are you? I said, how you
It's
gonna act like that with them, and then your mama look just like a mama? You don't count.
You know what? I start opening my door.
Wow. Did y'all see what Michelle said in the comments?
I didn't see. I can't see that. What's it say?
Oh, a few black men were lynched here in Mobile country because they had white girlfriends. I'm sure.
Hmm.
Was that recently,
Mhm.
Michelle Lee? That's the question
I
because
wouldn't
that was
doubt it.
going on. It was like against the law for black and whites to
Well,
be
until the
together,
'60s, yeah, until the '60s, it was. It was against the law to
which is
marry.
really recent.
Hmm. Yeah, but and I can only speak for myself. I don't care what I look like. It's my boys that I care about. And
Yeah.
my boys didn't have that preference. Like yours said, Lady T. Mine, they said, nah, I'm not, I can't get with that. It's not, it doesn't feel right. It's not like they didn't try, but they tried and they wasn't feeling it. So I understand. But it still doesn't negate the fact that it's my responsibility to drop the knowledge on you so you're not blindsided in the event that you come across this situation. You need to be aware
Right.
of everything.
Being aware, not being in the not knowing is
Right.
what is scary.
And I don't want
When I
one
started
in the way.
dating, my dating life consists of all black men in the
Mhm,
beginning.
mhm,
I it wasn't it is but in my I grew up in a diverse situation. Like wherever
mhm,
we moved, wherever we were, it was diverse.
mhm,
But I didn't grow up or started like I wasn't looking at white men. I wasn't attracted to them in the
uh-huh,
beginning.
uh-huh,
And then when I got into my 30s, I said, let me open the door to
mhm,
other nationalities. And then I said, wow, this is pretty cool. And then I met someone that just happens to be really compatible to me.
mhm,
And so I opened that door because the door wasn't
mhm,
always open.
mhm, mhm,
And I said, let me stop limiting myself to just one. And that was me. This is my story. Let
mhm,
me stop limiting myself to one race.
mhm,
And I opened myself up. I dated Hispanic. The
mhm.
only person I probably haven't dated is Chinese. Um,
That's me. I was just about to say the same thing. I've done all of the above, except for
yeah.
Chinese.
I've done them all. I
Yeah.
even Asian.
Girl, I can't get with no Chinese. I'm sorry.
See,
You know
I've
what
had
though? He
two
was.
I
white
feel
men in
left
my
out.
life. Two white men is
Feel
it. A
I
couple of
feel so
Spanish, and
left
then the rest was
out.
black. Mm-hmm.
I feel so left out because I didn't try nothing.
Yeah.
Ah,
You've known your man
what?
forever.
I knew where I belonged, and that's where I
Yep.
stayed. And
I know
You've
here's the
been
that's
with
thing:
him
right.
for. You've been
I
with him
was a
for how many now?
rebellious.
How many years now?
We've been together almost 50 years.
Well, you
Wow.
Wow.
found him in Seattle. Must be some in the water in
They were
Seattle.
young. Yes.
He poured me in his drink one day.
Aw.
But no, for real. No, for
50.
real though. I think part of the reason, the way that the way my life turned out to be is I was very rebellious.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandparents, they didn't preach to me what most black people preach to their kids. My grandparents came up at a time where the quote white makes right was common. Okay, they had to look down when they couldn't look a white person in the eye. They had to step aside to let a white person walk
Ugh,
down the sidewalk past
horrible.
them.
Yeah.
They rode on the back of the bus, the yes sir, no sir, all that stuff. So we're talking a generation removed. So when I came along, they looked at me as like the great white hope of the family. Okay. So I was so rebellious. I was like, the devil is a lie. You ain't gonna tell me not to be who I am. First of all, I was
Yeah.
born into this family. You didn't adopt me. I was born into this family, and I'm not going to stand by and pacify you as my grandparents, as much as I respected them, I wasn't going to stand by there and play into the self hate. You follow me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to play into that self hate. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, racism has caused so many Black people to have self hate. I'm not saying all of
Yes.
them, but it's been embedded for, I
Yes.
mean, way back to slavery days. This
Yeah.
this self hate that Black people had because of the racism, because of how they were treated during slavery, and even after that, Jim Crow, all that civil rights movement, they had to, well, that was a survival instinct that they had to just make do. But my thing is this, I was a rebellious little bitch, and I'm glad I was, because I would have been miserable today. It wasn't in my DNA to
Good
be
for
elsewhere.
you.
I'm where I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be. And that little
Amen.
Black man I married loves the shit out of me. So with that said, it's like I'm glad I did rebel, because I understand where my grandparents were coming from, but they were anti-Black when it came to me. And I
Interesting.
resented that. You know what I'm saying? My
Right.
neighbors gave me an afro one time. My grandfather whooped my ass because
Oh my
I
goodness.
my hair. And he says, "You ain't gonna be walking around here acting like no nigga." Wait a hold
Mm.
it.
Oh,
What?
Wow.
First of
Wow.
all,
yeah. It was in your house, Auntie
can you
Mickey.
please fix that, please? Because basically what you telling me is to not be like you. And if
Right.
you're telling me to ignore a part of me that I have no control over, you're asking me to hate myself like you're hating yourself. And I'm
Mhm.
not playing that shit. I'm not
For
playing that
you,
shit.
Auntie Mickey. Good for you.
So when I
Yes.
brought Barry,
Absolutely.
oh man, listen. I went through hell behind this little man, this little Black man I'm married to. I went through hell for him when it came down to my family, because they were totally against me being with a Black man. And
Wow.
I would
That
not
is
Wow.
have,
horrible.
I'm not having it.
So
Especially
So
because you are half Black. So, you know,
exactly. And I
it
look the
yeah.
was
part.
like, we don't want you to marry someone Black
They claimed it,
versus we
well,
want you to marry someone white.
right. They wanted me to marry a white man. My grandfather actually tried to hook me up with the mailman. No shit. No shit.
Wow.
No shit.
Wow.
He was a nice looking white man, but it's not my cup of tea.
Right. It's not your
Yeah.
preference. It's not
You
your
know?
preference. It's not, you don't prefer that.
Exactly. I'm looking at him like, where would we go out to dance? A honky tonk?
It
I
wasn't
don't
even
think.
that for me because I love country. I love rock and roll. Like my list is stealthy, honey. I love rock music. That's one of my favorite alternatives, actually, to be exact.
But see,
So it's not even
day,
that. It's
back in the
literally
day,
I've
it was
tried it. I don't like the texture. Girl, that
yeah.
plastic is not it. That rubber.
So yeah, there's different reasons why people
Oh
choose
no,
who
I
they
can't do
choose.
this. I can't do this.
Mhm.
Take me back home. And the Spanish ain't no better. They like in between. I done tried that too. I said, oh no. And then there is this is shit. I'm going back to
Now,
Mhm.
these nothing ass ninjas. And I'm gonna
I
just deal with the
dated, I
ninjas
didn't
now.
discriminate. I dated this really big guy. I mean, he was
Don't say
huge.
it too loud, Lady Letitia. On the low. Let this on the low now.
6 foot
He's
tall.
so
He gonna
sweet.
hear you saying big again.
He was big. Well,
Big
not
burly
there.
boy.
I'm not
Let me, I'm
Lady
sorry. I'm
T.
so sorry. Let me stop. I don't want anyone thinking I'm actualizing them, nagging them says that I don't want people to say that I'm being whatever. So excuse me.
No,
Let me
you're good.
that
You're
out there.
good.
Jesus.
He just had big shoes. That's all.
Mm,
Right, Cece?
Right there.
mm,
No,
mm,
but he was just, he wasn't the most attractive guy, but he was just, his personality was just off the chain. And I was drawn to that. And so I'm drawn to different things. I'm weird
mm,
like that. I'm
mm,
not surprised that I'm just looking through my dating history. I'm not surprised of how it went down and how I
Hmm.
just, you know, dated all kinds of men.
mm.
Yeah. So
All
I only
righty
speak
then.
from experience. I when this, if I say I don't like it, I done tried it. You know what I'm saying? So, but they were really nice guys. Obviously they were smitten. It just wasn't for me. You know.
Right.
That's it, that's
Yeah.
all. So
Yep.
yeah.
Mine was about preference, and I was a rebellious something.
I know my mom was like, I'm not going to say it.
And here I am going to black exploitation. See, back in when I was younger, that's when the black exploitation movies became very, very popular. So,
Mm,
you got the big screen at a time where black people were not put out there for the black community to go to see their own people, emulated on the big screen. So my daddy would take me to the theater and drop me off. So I'd sit
Oh
in
my
the
goodness.
oh yeah, my daddy used to drop me off, and I'd watch Bruce Lee, uh, Fred Williamson, Shaft, Superfly,
Yeah.
The Mac. Oh, I seen all these different black exploitation movies, and they were made to be so cool back then. Now, in
mm.
retrospect, when I look at them now, I'm like, wow, they sure did degrade us. But
It
back
sure
then, it
was.
wasn't
It's
perceived
sad.
that way.
Yeah.
So to come home, and I'm holding up my fist on my black power, and my grandparents looking at me, little girl, sit your
Yeah.
little white ass down somewhere, talking about black power and unnap that hair.
You really been
Why?
through it, Auntie Mickey. Oh my
Oh
Yeah.
my
goodness.
God, my grandparents was something else. Mama
I
was
couldn't
born
I
in
couldn't imagine.
1905.
Mm.
My
Did you have
grandparents,
your bell bottoms and everything, Auntie Mickey?
yes, ma'am, platform
I bet
too.
She said yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Man,
Ah.
I had a big old afro out to here, and my hair was
Auntie Mickey,
lighter.
we need a picture.
I'm gonna have to dig up some pictures. Yeah, y'all
Yes.
crack up
So do you
too.
talk to any of that side of the family, like
They're
the
all
later
dead.
generation?
They're all dead. It was
Mm.
just me, my grandfather, my grandmother, and my dad.
So small.
Yeah, and then my sister, my half sister, she was born
Okay.
a couple years after me. My mother had another baby by a black man, and uh, immediately put her up for adoption. And I'm gonna show you how God works.
So she likes sleeping with the men.
Oh, honey, she'll bang him in a heartbeat.
Ooh.
She'll bang him in a heartbeat. But my
Mm-mm.
mother had another mixed child, and again, her mother wasn't having anything to do with her because of that. But she immediately put my sister up for adoption. Now, my sister was 2 years, a little under 2 years behind me.
Mhm.
My grandfather wanted to adopt her, and my dad said, "No, you're not adopting that. That's not my baby. You can't adopt her." And him and my grandfather and my dad butted heads behind this,
Wow.
because my grandfather wanted me to be raised around my biological sister, even though we didn't share the same father.
That would have been great.
But the family that adopted her lived 3 blocks away.
Oh, look how
Oh,
God.
I love it.
So we grew up together anyway.
Oh, that's awesome.
As a
Oh,
matter of fact,
that
show
is
you
so
how God
cool.
works. She ended up marrying my husband's identical twin.
What the heck?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
My baby sister married my husband's identical twin,
Wow.
and
So
they
did
had
y'all
two.
have kids? Did she have kids?
She had 2 kids by my brother-in-law.
So that
Yep,
means they're brothers and cousins.
double cousins. Yep,
Double cousins.
double cousins,
I know
because they're
my sister ended
cousins.
up marrying my best friend.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
awesome though. You guys, that's an awesome way. Oh, I like that, Auntie
It
Mickey.
is. It's
crazy.
such a
It's crazy.
full circle.
So you
It's
guys
crazy.
still
Oh,
close?
My sister's dead too.
Oh, I'm
What?
oh dear.
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
died of
God,
cancer.
Auntie Mickey.
She died of cancer back in 2019. She had pancreatic cancer. She died the year after my
Oh,
son. So
sorry
I
to hear
Oh
that.
buried
my
4
God.
people
wow. You went
in
through
my
it.
family, and I'm the last of the Mohicans, and then my sons. But
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
but yeah, it
Wow.
was just, it's weird, just rehashing all that. And
It is. I
Mm.
bet.
yeah, you married
Going back to your childhood.
And the fact that she grew up not far from me in the first place was just a trip. I can remember the day that I met her. My grandfather took me for a walk, and we went for I had a bike, and my grandparents would never let me go anywhere by myself, so he took me for a walk on my bike, and we ended up walking up the street, down another block or three, and then made a U-turn to come back. And that's when we stopped in front of her house. And there was this pretty little girl out in front of her house playing.
Oh,
And
Oh,
we ended up playing together, and it was planned. My grandfather planned it. And we literally played with each other. I ended up giving her the bike I was riding.
Oh,
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 And
that
we
is so sweet.
And I remember seeing my grandmother standing there watching us from a distance, way down the street. So as I got older, in retrospect, I could remember, wow, they planned it. They planned it. But
that's
we went
so
to the same.
cool.
We ended up going to the same church.
oh,
We
wow.
ended up going to the same junior high school.
Okay.
Um, growing up damn near on the same block. I mean, she was literally 3 blocks away. And so the family that adopted her lied to her and said that I wasn't her sister, that they're lying to you,
Oh,
Oh,
because I used
wow.
to tell her, yeah, my grandfather said that we're sisters, and her family would tell her, no, they're lying, they're lying. But when her adopted mother died, that's when they came out with the truth and told her, yeah, you
Okay.
really,
Wow.
really.
did y'all look a lot alike?
Yeah.
I'll let y'all decide. Hold on just a
Oh,
second.
Okay.
Hold
So
on
your
just a
mom
second.
didn't get to tell her, like your mom never got to see her?
Actually, that's funny too. We met our mother when we were both, let's see, I was 19, she was 17 and a half, almost 18. We
Oh.
had just had our first children. I had my first son on her due date.
Oh.
So my mother, which I had not seen my mother ever. When she bounced, I
wow.
was a baby. I was like
Right.
6 months old in the crib, and the neighbors called my father at work to tell him, your baby is at home alone. Your old
She
lady that's
left.
left. So
Wow.
he left his job, came home, found me in the crib. I was only 6 months, and
Oh,
he took me immediately to his parents, my grandparents that raised me. So he took me there and said, what am I going to do with her? He wasn't prepared to raise a child. And she stayed out of our lives, stay out of my life, at least until I turned 19. And I
wow.
met her for the first time when I was 19 years old. And I immediately called my sister and said, you'll never guess who's over here. Get over here now.
Oh. Uh-huh.
And she
Oh,
came over, and we both met her on the same day. And she hung around for about 5 months, and she disappeared. We haven't seen her since.
So you
So which
guys,
grand
during that
um
time, you guys kind of just talked to her and hung out a little bit with
We
her.
hung out a little bit. My sister, I think she hung out with my mother for different reasons than I did.
Okay.
I felt that she did me a favor by not sticking around, because if I hadn't, if she'd have kept me, I'd have been raised by her. Ain't no telling where I'd have ended up. But my grandparents gave me a stable uh,
Home.
home, and I thanked her for that. My sister, on the other hand, she was formally adopted out by a family that was of no blood to her whatsoever. So she came in with an attitude against my mother like she owed her something. So
Right.
she kind of dealt with her on that level. She talked her out of her diamond ring she was wearing and stuff like that. And
Oh, okay.
okay, well, I'll go buy my own. I don't need a diamond ring from the woman. But
You owe me.
you guys
Yes.
hold tight. You guys go ahead and talk. I got something I got to go grab real quick.
Okay. Now, Auntie me, Lady T, you said you had a brother.
I got two. I was just trying to ask, so I was confused. So did she say her which one of her parents was, I thought she said her mom was white.
Yes,
So
her
is the
mom.
mom white and the dad's black?
Uh-huh.
So which grandparents was it that what she said that
The
treated
black.
her?
I think it
So
was the
why would the
black.
black parents not want her to have an afro? I was confused on that.
I know. Let's ask her.
Huh. But yeah, I'm the oldest on both sides.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom had 4 kids, and then my biological father, he had 4 kids. So obviously I'm the first, and then when they went their separate ways, he, had 3 more with someone else, and then she had my brother, then she ended up having 2 more with my stepdad. So yeah, I got
Okay.
2 brothers and 4 sisters. Yeah. Oh man. It's just interesting going down memory lane. It's like,
It is. It really
even though I grew up in the household, the type of households that I did with the different dynamics far as that, it's like even when I went to school, because I didn't, I hadn't seen my biological father since I was 3. So, I kind of start taking on different identities as a youth because I wanted to escape what I was going through because I looked so much like my mother. The lady that my stepdad had married, she despised me because I looked just like my mom. And
is.
so she treated me like crap. And then my middle sister, she had a different grade of hair. And so she would, like I said, call her Brillo pad, all this kind of stuff. She had this way of making us feel less than. She was a white woman. So I go to school, you know, very naive, very, don't know anything about anything, very quiet to myself. I was just a tiny little girl, long curly hair. So people thought I was like Spanish or Dominican or whatever. So I took to having a lot of friends that were Spanish or white. I actually didn't have black friends until I was an adult because for
Mm,
whatever reason, black girls never liked me in school because I looked different. And I didn't know how to fit in. I was quiet. I was constantly being an army brat. This here, there, everywhere. When you got trouble at home, you're kind of going to be a standoffish kid anyway.
yeah.
So yeah. So it's just interesting to hear different backgrounds. That's why I was trying to get clarity on hers because this stuff does still affect you when you get older in life.
It does. It shapes
So,
you.
mm-hmm.
Um, my dad passed away, but
Sorry to hear that.
grew up with my mom and dad. They had their issues. They were yeah, they had their issues. But I did grow up with my mom and dad. But
Okay.
there was issues. And then my mom and dad separated when I got older. And then they got back together. It was like an off and on relationship. And
Mm-hmm.
it felt like they just stayed together no matter what. But like I said, pretty much it was just, them two.
You guys ready?
Yes.
I hope this works. This is on my iPad. I couldn't find my actual photographs, but that's me.
Okay, I was gonna say she looked just like you. She does. You guys do look at Auntie Mickey looking gorgeous.
That
Oh,
was my
Let me
beautiful.
cut my TV back
sister.
on.
You guys are beautiful, Auntie
I'm gonna have to look
Mickey.
on TV.
Uh-oh,
Oh
I'm
wait,
tripping.
How
I
old were you
missed
there,
it.
Auntie Mickey? Looking young and tender and
Oh
juicy.
God, I think I was 30.
Oh, really? You look young on there, girl.
Thank
You look
you.
so beautiful. They say you guys look like twins, says CC.
Oh yeah, we were ace boot and coons.
Oh, that's so good.
But I wanna show you the picture of her and my brother-in-law, because like I
Oh,
said,
okay.
my brother-in-law and my husband
Oh,
are twins. So she yeah, they were together, God, they were married for 7 years, and they had a
Tender.
couple of boys together. So I'm kind of too close to this camera, but for some
I'm trying to
reason,
see it on my TV because I had to rewind it because I couldn't see it on here because it's
Oh,
okay,
okay.
it's blocking me. I'm on my
this
phone,
isn't.
so it's blocking part of her face.
Oh, it is. Maybe I should turn it
Because I'm on my phone,
sideways.
but go ahead. I got it on the TV. Go ahead.
Okay, this is me.
Oh wow,
Wow, you're such a beautiful
you're
child.
beautiful.
I was
Oh,
Oh,
12. I was 12 with them
Gorgeous.
messed up
Looking
edges.
like Sade.
My edges.
But I
Little
just
Mariah Carey.
I just
Yeah.
find my sister because there's a picture of her that I have and it's in a frame and I don't know where it is.
Oh.
It's around here
Oh.
somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. I found it. This is my sister and my brother-in-law and their two kids.
Oh.
Oh, that light is in the way.
Okay, there
Okay.
you go.
There it
That's better.
goes. Oh my goodness.
A family.
Aw.
So cute. Look at the little
So
kid.
cute.
That's
Yeah.
adorable,
The
Auntie.
youngest look just like their daddy.
Yep.
Aw.
Yeah. That's my
Wow.
identical twin brother. So, yep, we've gone through some things. Us old ladies.
Hmm.
Us old
Yeah.
and time has definitely healed all
At least you
wounds.
still got a heart of gold.
Oh,
Yes.
Sister
Hmm.
Harvey, thank you. Thank you. It's man, it's it's more than a notion. That's all I can say. It's more than a notion. Wow. Let me get off of this doggone iPad before I start crying. Okay.
Aw.
I was looking through some the baby's baby pictures the other day,
Mhm.
and I was like looking at the videos of her when she was a baby, and I was like, oh
Uh-huh.
my god, I want you that age again.
Aren't they precious when they're real young?
Yes, and
Cherish it, Lady L.
Yeah,
Cherish it.
so big.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It goes by
But
so
yeah,
fast.
you got a daughter though, and that's the one thing. It's like if I would have had, I always say God knew what he was doing when he didn't give me a daughter. I'm stingy.
Same
I'm,
girl.
I'm
Same.
stingy. I'm like,
No,
no,
I was
Lord, she cannot borrow my clothes or my makeup. I'm sorry. I have to hurt her.
I wanted a girl so bad. I told the doctor I had to pay extra for them to test to see what girls.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And I was like, I want a girl. I was like, this technology is off the chain. I can pick
Wow.
the gender.
Oh, you went through
Wow.
in vitro?
Hmm.
Oh,
See,
okay.
that is
Awesome.
crazy. That I just I guess I am telling my age, but good grief. Some of the technology
Girl,
that's
you
out
don't look it
there,
No, at
it's
all. You
just
look
like
at
gorgeous.
I'm
all.
well, thank you, you guys, but man, I look at the technology now, and I remember when we didn't have cell phones.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
We had
You, I do
paper.
too.
Wall phone.
Did y'all ever use the
Pagers, floppy disk.
man,
Hello,
man,
girl. You remember
wrote
the TVs on the floor, the wooden box
the big screen?
at my
Yeah, the
grandma's house,
floor console.
the
Yes,
bubble TVs.
man,
Oh,
man. I look back at them days and I'm like, I miss those days. I really do because it was so
yes.
much
Uh,
simpler then. But these
Life was
kids
happier
don't know
then.
how. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, these kids now they come out of the womb holding the iPhone.
yeah, their eyes are open. They're walking.
Girl, my grandson's me, Mama, can you get me this for my birthday? And I'm like, what is it? Oh, it's just a hoodie and some sweatpants. And I said, okay, well, let me see. And I look at the price, and it's $300 for total. I'm like, are you insane? Why would I spend 100 and something dollars for a hoodie?
A hoodie. Hmm. Ain't
I'm
she?
Uh,
trying
Yeah.
to tell you.
uh, Nada.
Now listen, when they get out on their own, then they realize, oh,
Thank
yeah, there's
you,
there's real life. So $250 a piece for a pair of shoes. That's half y'all's rent. What we doing?
man,
Okay.
man.
They learn to be a little bit more frugal.
We'll put that up.
you
Y'all
know.
remember Payless Shoe
Yeah.
Store? I had no shame. Yeah, baby, we going to Payless. You missed
Right.
shoes.
Oh,
We
I
going to
missed them days. Oh my God, I missed them days.
I'm
Yeah.
like, go
But
to Pay.
a fun fact of mine, I still, because that's something I did with my abuela. Like, I call my grandma abuela because my best friend, that's what she always said. And I learned it as a child. And I'll never forget. Oh my God. My grandma, the first time I started calling her that, she was like, "What is that?" I said, "It means grandma in Spanish." She was like, "How do I know it don't mean some curse word?" Oh, I miss my baby. I called her fancy face. That was my baby. She called me fathead. Like, oh, I miss my baby. Oh my God. So, yeah, but my favorite pastime was thrifting. Like she loved the Goodwill, child. Okay, the thrift store, that was our
Girl,
thing. And to
Auntie.
this
yeah,
day, I'll still go just to smell the inside of there to, have memories of her. But I still love to go.
it's
Yeah.
funny you said that because me and my husband, when we remember I told you we was going for a drive, Lady Letitia,
Yes.
last
You and your
week,
husband? Yeah.
where we went, Goodwill.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
We got in the car and we just drove and drove and drove, ended up way off somewhere at
yeah.
Goodwill. I said, shoot, we done passed 4 Goodwills to get to this Goodwill.
I know.
It was the same way though. She was thrifting all the time, all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
And I
And she's a
couldn't
Jehovah Witness girl. You couldn't tell her nothing about her clothes. She thought she was sharp once to the Kingdom Hall, baby.
uh,
Can't tell her nothing.
man, them church women back then was something else with them hats.
That's girl. Yes.
Girl.
They
My
do.
Yes,
grandmother
honey.
tried to make me
Yes.
wear
Well,
it. I'm
does have good stuff. They
like,
do. Some people get rid of some nice clothes.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was just the being together kind of thing. I didn't
Yeah.
like going to Goodwill at that particular time, but I would go because I was her only ride and that was the only time that we would be able to spend any time together outside of her residence because like I said, they were up in age when they took me in. I was born in 62. My grandmother was born in 1909.
Oh.
So she was damn near 60 when I
Mm-hmm.
was born.
Yeah.
So, it was a big, huge age gap, but I cherish it all. My grandfather was my best friend. He was a dirty
Yeah.
old man. He was a dirty old man and just as pretty as
That
he
is
was.
so crazy. You just
I
said that dirty old man is,
Ooh, he was a
bro. I have never heard
dirty
nobody else say that. I used to say that when I was young as shit.
man.
That was me
Grandpa
and
was
my
a
uncle's joke.
dirty old
Oh
man.
man,
He loved white
dirty
women.
old man. That's funny.
Yep. I used to get so tickled. He loved white women and he was so handsome. He was
Hmm.
black and Italian, but
ooh.
he was predominantly black. But he had coal black wavy hair,
Ooh.
never went
Mm.
bald. So when he would gray, you know how most people when they get gray, they gray around the temples.
Yeah.
Well, his temples and nape of his neck remained coal black. It was the rest of his hair that would gray.
Okay.
And he had to get a haircut every 2 weeks because his hair would just grow and grow, and he would just comb it straight back. He would get water put on his head and just
Mhm.
comb it back, and it would just wave all the way back.
Mhm.
That man was something else. He was fine. Oh my God, he was so fine, but he loved them white women. He'll tell you in a heartbeat, I love white women. I'm like, well, don't say that too loud around your wife, please. Please don't say that too loud because mama, she stood about 4'8". She was real short. She literally came up to my shoulder when she died. And I said, that little old woman is going to beat the Sam hell out of you if you talk too loud. In the name of Jesus, she gonna beat you until you speak in tongues.
She gonna
So I
get you.
suggest you have a
That
seat,
part.
man. I miss him though. I really do. That was
Oh.
my best friend. That was my best friend.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah, my papa, the last that's left, is still kicking. That's why I don't even like going on the street. Him and my grandma live 5 houses apart. She got the house out of the marriage, but he was playing Monopoly back in the day. He paid like 3 grand for my grandma's house because way back in the day, that kind of
Mhm.
money was like $3 million today. So, but he had his house, he's got her house, and he bought a house across the street. So he was like literally playing Monopoly on that street. But it was just
Mhm.
always crazy. When people be like, your grandparents lived 5 houses apart. I'm like, yes, child. I tell my grandma all the time, like,
Your
she got a
phone
house
is
out of
Yeah, I think your phone is breaking up. I don't know if it was my earpiece or your
yeah,
phone.
your phone is doing a little something, something.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yes,
wow.
it was a great conversation, CC. And
Yeah. I
I
think
loved it going
so.
back down memory lane. I was thinking about
Yeah.
my childhood.
But but just to bring it all back into what we came up here to discuss in the first
Yeah,
place, we are definitely in a time that this country has been in and have seen on
scary.
many occasions, and now we have to deal with it on a different level with
Yeah,
different tools.
emotions.
We don't have the same tools as we did back in the day. I think that thank God for the technology that we do have, because if we didn't have the technology that we have, CCTV cameras or whatever, and
Right.
iPhones and everything, God, can you imagine what people would be getting away with right now? I mean, really, there's a
Yeah,
lot of crimes that have been solved as a result of people pulling out their cell phone.
pulling out their cell phone, taking
You
pictures,
know,
video camera. That ICE agent that the young man that they unalived the other day in Maine,
mhm,
they showed a clip of them pulling him out the car.
mm,
Not He was all bloody and stuff. You couldn't see that part, but you see him jerking him out the car, handcuffing him while he's dying. It's
Jesus.
horrible. Sorry, trigger.
No, no, no.
The world is changing. The world is,
It really
it
is. It
is,
really
and
is.
we can't be desensitized.
Mm-mm.
We can't be
No,
like, oh well, oh well. We gotta,
it's good to have these kind of conversations and in a diverse atmosphere, you know, without fear of any type of retaliation, as long as we go in with the same, be on one accord in terms of, I share what I have, you share what you have, and hey, don't hold it against me that I was raised differently than you, and
right,
vice versa, because we all come from different backgrounds, but we all
exactly.
share the same human experience. And
I like that.
unfortunately, everybody didn't get that memo.
Exactly.
Everybody didn't get that memo. But I really appreciate you ladies coming up. Lady T, you did it again. You did
Yes,
it again. Yes, you did, sweetheart. I am just so tickled to have met you.
me
So
too.
I just want to make sure that we stay in in contact with one another. I don't jump on this app every day like I used to because it'll
Right.
give me a headache. And there's certain content that I try to stay away from because I know me. And certain people will get on my last nerve, and the other things that they associate with will get on my nerves, and I don't want to put myself in a position to have to cuss somebody out,
Exactly. And
that kind
since
of
you
thing.
brought up it, I want to just a small message real quick, Auntie Mickey.
Hmm.
Here's the thing. People are running around, and Danny said this,
Hmm.
running around and gonna say this and that and lie on her or whatever. The jealousy that Maggot has for Danny is insatiable.
Hmm.
And I want to tell her from me to you, Danny is getting her PhD, and
Hmm.
stop being jealous.
Yeah,
Stop being
and
jealous of the fact that she is.
and what do you care if she is or isn't? So what?
Right.
I
So
mean,
what?
who
Yeah,
gives two shits about what you think anyway? I mean, for real, for real. Work
exactly.
on you, boo.
Work
Work
on
on
you.
you. Take your musty, dusty, rusty ass up out of that damn kitchen or wherever the hell, whatever pit of hell you're sitting in right now. Get
Exactly.
up out of there and do something positive for your ass, because as it stands right now, your content doesn't even reflect anything outside of those four walls.
Right.
So please, get some ingenuity about yourself.
No,
And
that's
if
right.
this gives you content, so be it. You're welcome. Okay? You're fucking welcome. But this every time you turn around, you got these certain people that are just blah 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 and have nothing else to contribute to society but
Nothing going on with them.
bullshit. You know,
Exactly.
and it's ridiculous. And
It
you
is.
ain't gotta even know the person. Now, her in particular, I don't like her from the day day one.
Day
Okay.
one.
But there's other people on this app, other people in the black tea sector that I don't have any contact with. I haven't done nothing to them and they haven't done nothing to me.
But they'll
And they
bring you up.
bring me up if you want to. Do what you do, boo. But you ain't doing me no harm.
No, none
My feelings
whatsoever.
are not hurt in the least because when I lay down every night, I know who's next to me.
Okay.
Hello, light. So, again, I think that there's so much more we could be talking about
Yeah,
beside, yeah,
I agree.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And this old bitch ain't got no business doing this, that, and that. They're sitting up there with them young people and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And
Exactly.
what, you
Jealous.
mad? You
Mad.
mad?
Mad.
Would you like some makeup tips? I can help you with this.
That
I
won't
mean,
help her.
honestly, leave it alone. It's getting old. It's
It
getting
is. It
old.
really is.
And
You're
maybe I shouldn't have even said that, but that heifer triggers me, and I
yeah.
just
Me
have to leave
too.
that
Me too.
alone. But
It's
for the most part, I enjoy the ladies on this in the black
that's
tea
what's up.
sector, the ones that I know, you know, and I don't know all of them. I don't know everybody, don't profess to, but I'm happy with the handful of people that I do know. And I thank God for you guys because we can sit down and have conversations just like this with the people in our respective groups. And
Exactly.
we can get together and kiki and haha and talk and stuff. So go our separate ways and come back together again on another subject.
Exactly.
So, again, Lady Letitia, I thank you so much for being a good friend. I really do.
Love you, girl.
And Lady T, I'm so glad to have met you. Cece, uh, uh, Doodoo Bird, all of y'all, everybody, all of y'all that's in this chat right now that have been hanging with me and hanging with us as a collective. I
Thank you.
appreciate you because again, it didn't have to work out this way. You know,
Right.
I certainly was gonna walk away from YouTube. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought you were.
I was gonna leave for good, but I
Oh,
said no. There's still some unfinished business I have,
exactly. And we miss you.
and I missed you guys too. But I just missed being able to, I may not be the same age as everybody else, but in the same token, we still all human, and maybe there's something I can give that somebody can get out of me, in terms of some kind of knowledge. I don't profess to know it all, but we can all share our our designated experiences.
Our
There's things that young
experiences.
people can teach me because I got grandsons. I don't have granddaughters.
Right.
So
Right.
I love talking to young women. You know, I hate the fact that a lot of people have a tendency, especially when it comes down to African American women. I hate the box that many people have put black women in as being ghetto and ratchet and all this, that's not the case with all black women. And I won't even say black women in general. You are who you want to be. And if that's who you want to be, then you do you, boo. You know. And that's why we live in our own skin. We have the ability to accept or reject who we surround ourselves with. And we can still kick it and love one another. So with that said, I want to thank you guys all for coming, enjoying this platform with us. The ladies got together and we turned it up and we had a good time.
Again.
And you know what? We're going to get together again. And maybe next time we'll collaborate and decide what we really going to talk about and stick to the subject.
This was great. I love when it goes
Oh,
off into
yeah,
something else. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
and like you said, learning from and understanding where other people come from, their
yeah,
history. This was great. I
yeah.
really enjoyed it.
I think so too. Well, with all that said, I think I'm going to get off of this app and go jump in the shower because it's kind of
I
sticky.
am too.
Wait.
Thank you, Auntie Mickey. Love
Thank you
you,
so
girl.
much. I
Bye,
love you
Sky
too.
Cat.
Bye, you guys. Be good now. Bye bye. Where's my cursor? There it is.
Hey there, my kinfolk, thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together makes me thrive. You're more than viewers, you're my kinfolk. You see, my gratitude runs deep as the sea. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with each comment, with each rhyme. You're my kinfolk, my family, my crew. So much love to all of you. Turn up the camera, let's make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight.